1027.
And welcome, everyone, to another presentation of School of the Osage High School Sports. I am Craig Allen alongside Steve Adams, Chris Boom Boom Cannon back in the studio for us. We are live online at the Facebook page for KQUL 102.7 as well as MoSportsZone.com, and on YouTube, search MoSportsZone. You can find all the local action on there from around the area here in mid-Missouri, but it is the old Kinderhook pregame show up here in the Kelly's Port Marina press box as the Indians, coming off a very exciting win last week, maybe one of the most exciting wins we've ever got the chance to call, Steve, a last-second field goal as time expired to beat Moberly to move to 2-0 on the season. And now conference play begins in a big way as number one ranked in Class 2, the defending state champions, Blair Oaks Falcons, are here for the conference kickoff, Steve.
Yeah, you could argue that the team we're facing tonight may end up being the best team that we play all year, certainly one of the best. A team that is not accustomed to losing. You have to go all the way back to over a year ago when they lost against Lutheran North. They avenged that loss this year. That's a streak of 14. You have to go all the way back to 2011 when Osage beat Blair Oaks on the gridiron, a score of 27-25. And it really hasn't been any close contest since then. This is a team that when they take the field, they expect to win. So what we have here tonight is an opportunity to measure ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, we have won the first two games in dramatic fashion, right?
Basically the last play for the last 2 weeks.
Indeed. And I'm going to tell you, if we're going to win this game tonight, it probably will be in similar fashion, all right? We're not going to win in a blowout here tonight. What we're hoping for is that we're going to be able to just hang with these Falcons here and just compete and hang around long enough to get an opportunity to win it at the end. I think that's what we're looking for.
Of course, last week, a very exciting game. Osage actually got themselves in a hole early on, a 21-0 deficit, Steve, in the first half, and then managed to overcome that, scored 38 points in the second half, including a 40-yard field goal as time expires. And that led to Brady Clark getting the Mills & Sons Insurance MVP of the game. Of course, a lot of players played big roles in that comeback, including, I think, 4 touchdowns from Maverick Trusty, 2 on the ground, 2 through the air. Colt Butler had a huge game for the Indians. Arrowwood had over 100 yards rushing, but kind of hard not to give it to Brady Clark in that situation. Coming out, ice water in his veins, Steve, kicking the 40-yarder. And he didn't get it. He didn't clear it by a lot. But that doesn't matter. He cleared it. That's right. And he brought him the win.
If we did not give him player of the game, I was just going to camp out in this press box. I wasn't coming out and facing the crowd after not giving him player of the game. It was just the perfect call and the perfect moment for him. And you just hours and countless work sessions to prepare him for that moment. That's just an opportunity that a young man dreams about, really, you know, and probably has rehearsed in his mind more times than we can even imagine. And so I'm so glad that he saw it come to fruition there.
I mean, that's kind of the thing is we knew what he was capable of. We see it in the warm-ups, and he hasn't got a chance to kick those long field goals too often during games, as that's just kind of how it plays out. But you could see the confidence from his teammates. You could see the confidence from his coaches. And, you know, you saw the social media post, I'm sure, people posting videos of it, and all the players were just like, we knew.
Right.
We knew when he came out. And that having that kind of confidence in a kicker like that, you know, Steve, this, not to be dramatic about it, but NFL opening weekend was last Sunday, and there were kickers out there missing kicks less than 40 yards. And Brady came
Extra
out.
Points.
Yeah, and Brady came out and put one through for the Indians. A big-time comeback, 38-35, Osage getting the win, moving to 2-0 on the season. Of course, that first game of the season up in Bolivar basically coming down to the last play with 1 second left, and then the kick as time expires. But I think Osage, for lack of a better term, will have their hands full tonight. This Blair Oaks team not only is the defending state champions, but there are a lot of arguments online that they might actually be better than they were last year.
Yeah, we're not catching them in a down year, right? That's the thing. Sometimes you'll catch an opponent in a down year and think, okay, here's our opportunity. If we're going to beat Blair Oaks, we're going to beat them in a strong year, right? So I wonder how you prepare. And I loved the interview you had with Coach that we'll hear in a few moments. And and what he had to say about how do you prepare for a team when you know you have a strong opponent about that. My wife gets to talk to a lot of the players. She works in the office there, and there was a lot of confidence. And at the same time, let's go back a year ago. We had a lot of confidence going in a year ago facing Blair Oaks, and they took it to us, right?
Yeah.
They shut us out 42-0, I believe was the score. So we have a lot of the same players who have that experience. So they're not, they know what's at stake here. And they know they've got to hang with them blow by blow by blow.
Yeah, Osage was much more dominant in their first two games last year against Bolivar and Moberly. Came out with a ton of confidence and a ton of momentum. And that game was up in Wardsville last year, and we kind of just got to see what a program on that next level looks. Coach Jolly enjoys about this conference, whereas some other sports might having them. Of course, the Osage basketball throning Blair Oaks from the conference championship last, winning the first time in quite a long time. So it's not impossible. But, of course, football is more of Blair Oaks' sport than basketball.
Yeah, we're not just playing a football team. I feel like we're kind of coming against a culture.
Yeah,
right.
That's perfectly stated.
This is a community, a culture. This is a priority for the community. They don't have a lot of other fall sport options that their athletes are choosing among. This is their priority, and it's been their priority for years and years and years. And so I'll say that not only can our football team learn some things about their team, but maybe our community and our culture can learn a bit. How do you have a program like this? It takes a lot of sacrifice, even outside the locker room and off the field, to make it happen.
And maybe the announcers, too. I'll talk to you whenever we're off the air, Steve, about the culture, and maybe you can help bring something into that. You think so?
I appreciate you not scolding me,
Not on the air, Steve. Not on the air.
Not again.
I did get a chance to sit down and talk to Coach Jolly earlier this week. We talked about that game-winning field goal in the upcoming game against Blair Oaks. It is the Rock Island Insurance Coach's interview. Let's take a listen to that, and then we'll come back and get you set with the coin toss and kickoff after that. We are here for the Rock Island Insurance Coach's interview. I'm here with Coach Shannon Jolly of the School of the Osage Indians. And Osage coming off a big win last Friday night, down 21-0 at halftime, 40-yard field goal as time expired to get the 38-35 victory. Of course, Coach came up and talked to us post-game. You can find that on the YouTube page. But now we're here. We're getting set for this week. But I do want to go back to last week, Coach. You start out in the 21-0 hole, but your kids came out. They fought back. They executed in the second half and got the win. But still, these first two games have given the Indians something to look at and things and areas to improve.
Yeah, I think as I mentioned in the postgame, when you get in a game, two games like that to come down to really the last second, there's just a lot of circumstances and situations that you may not get to experience in a lopsided game. So, I look at them as learning experiences. We manipulate Monday night games sometime to make sure we get our punt team on, or a last second or a 2-minute drill at the end of the half. So it's all just part of the plan, hopefully, to put the pieces together. But I think if you don't go through situations like we went through Friday night, I think it's hard to make a deep run if that's your goal, because you don't want to try to figure those things out later on.
Of course, Moberly, a district foe, so it was great to get a win and set that up for down the road. Do you look at stuff this early in the season like that, as far as district seeding, district placement, and taking on district foes, especially non-conference ones?
I don't. I think if you looked at it like that, then, we'd be talking about Eldon being the number one team in our district. So they're really the top team right now. So we're just trying to put pieces together to get where they're at. And, if you look at it and you start worrying about those things right now, you might find the destination gets in the way of the journey, and we're just not about that.
Well said. Heading into this Friday night, Blair Oaks coming into town. Blair Oaks been a longtime conference opponent for School of the Osage. Obviously, they've built a great program up there, repeatedly at the top of the Class 2, returning state champions, multiple-time state champions. Not that I'm saying it's happening this year. You and I haven't got a chance to really talk for the last couple of years, but how do you set your team up to not go into a game like this with a defeatist mentality in mind already?
Well, I think sometimes it's just one of those deals like, when will you create change? Like, are you going to keep taking it? And hats off to them and their community. Obviously they're well coached, but their community is committed to winning and committed to, nourishing a culture of winning, not just in football. It's just us, is like we talk about it. This year it's unique. They're not in our district. They're a week 3 opponent. They're defending Class 3 state champion. And So really we're excited about it. I told our guys there were talks of conference realignment, and I always say I want to go where Blair Oaks goes, because when you have one of the best teams in the state that it's going to be on your schedule, then their expectations will never get blurred. We talk about it all the time. It's a game you have to play. It's on your schedule. So we're actually excited about Friday. I'm excited about Friday. I think think they're one of the best teams that we could play right now, and what a better time to play them than week 3.
Got a chance to do a little bit with them in the summer with their camp and program that they had. What do the Indians have to do this Friday night to be competitive and potentially come out on top?
We just have to play flawless football, and I'm not going to say perfect, but we've got a Friday night. We missed some of the open routes and receivers and stuff, and had some good looks that we didn't take advantage of. Even last year, going back looking at film, there's some positive things there, but sometimes our nerves and maybe just the expectations of playing such a quality opponent get in the way. And I think that's been a little bit of our Achilles heel in the past. Hopefully this year we can come in and play a little bit more free, play as the underdog, and really we have nothing to lose in this situation. So it's kind of, if you're going to make a mistake, make it 100 mile an hour and then put it in the rearview mirror and keep going. So like I said, again, there's more excitement about playing tomorrow night than there is nerves at this point.
Well said. I have to ask you, we talked off the air. This is not fully football, but your 35th year as a coach. What does year 35 Shannon Jolly, how is it different than year 1 Shannon Jolly?
Well, I got a good answer for you because I've been working outside today, and at age 54, I'll tell you what it looks like is this. Your heart's heavy for 9/11, and you start thinking about how fortunate you are to get to coach and play a game of football, and you see the people that have passed and the things that are going on in our country right now. And so 35 years puts you in perspective, and you're just fortunate and blessed to have the opportunity. And it also makes maybe our role and our platform even more important, to make sure that we're trying to do the best we can by our young men and making sure that we're pouring into them on and off the field. But, it's a good timing for that question because it's been weighing on my heart all day. And we just, our thoughts and prayers go out to all of those people that were affected and continue to be affected by that tragedy. So following up 9/11 just to play a game doesn't seem as significant.
And that's Coach Jolly for you. We'll get you set. We'll come back for the coin toss and kickoff after this. You'll listen to Cool 102.7 Sports.
In a world where the real estate market is tougher than the gridiron, count on the play calling from Coach Matt Shrimp and the Berkshire Hathaway team.
Winners never quit and quitters never win.
When the deal is on the line,
the inches we need are everywhere around us.
Count on Coach Matt Shrimp and the Berkshire Hathaway team to deliver the results.
It's game time.
Touchdown!
Matt Shrimp and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Lake Ozark Realty.
Work is hard. You need a partner who makes it easier. At Mid-City Lumber, we know construction, and we know what it takes to get the job done right. Like quality products from Quaker Window and Doors. For durability, innovation, and selection, the right solution is Quaker. At Mid-City Lumber, we've been making construction easier for more than 50 years. And we're here to make it easier for you.
Mid-City Lumber. Start to finish, we're your project resource.
Custom railing stairs that gleam. Awnings made just like your dream. American Sun controls the name. Since 1985, they lead the game. Screen enclosures keep bugs at bay. Enjoy your summer every day. Family owned and local too. American Sun Control. Made for you!
Hitachi Energy in Jefferson City is seeking beginning and seasoned welders. No certification needed. Gain knowledge and expertise from their expert welders in their Hitachi Welding School. Enjoy a safety-focused and climate-controlled environment while you work. With a benefit package that starts on day 1 and pay up to $27 per hour, Hitachi inspires progress for a future that you and your family deserve. Join their diverse team of professionals today by applying at HitachiEnergy.com. Lake Ozark Quarry, selling rock to everyone. Call today, 573-569-5654. Look them up online and Facebook.
We sell rock. We sell rock.
Football!
Take the field.
Game on!
Back to the Osage Indians Football Pregame and Kickoff Show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School, Craig Allen alongside Steve Adams, Chris Boom Boom Cannon back in the studio for us. It is the Old Kinderhook pregame up here in the Kelly's Port Marina press box, and you just heard the Rock Island Insurance coach's interview with Coach Jolly. And Coach, you heard it too, Steve, kind of somber, a little melancholy coming off. Just, another 2-0 start to him, no matter how exciting it might have been.
Well, and indeed, you have that dramatic win, and it was so fun to be here and just watch the crowd just exult and celebrate. But, as a leader of a program, you immediately turn your attention to what's next and who's next. And, when it's Blair Oaks, and that's a pretty daunting opponent looming on the horizon there, you don't get to celebrate much. You have to move on and prepare for sure.
It's just a good mix when you're taking on the Falcons of just smart athletes. It's just kids that know what to do in situations, in situational football. They know how to react to plays that are happening in real time. It's just, you talk about the program that's been built there, the culture that's been built there, but it's just, they put together smart football teams that just happen to be extremely athletic and good at football as well.
Yeah, I think you'd be really hard-pressed to find a weakness in this team. It was just observing just a few moments ago, they had all their guys, they call them in the trenches, the linemen down there in the end zone just kind of doing their warm-ups, kind of bumping shoulder pads against each other. And golly, it looked like there were a couple dozen going at it. I think that's just a priority of their culture that, yeah, they're going to have some talented skill players. Their names tonight, and I might even say it a couple times.
No, I doubt that.
Yeah, probably not. But I tell you, the names that we won't say are the names that will probably make the difference on both sides of the ball tonight. Can Osage compete at the line of scrimmage? And if we can compete at the line of scrimmage, we'll give our skill players a chance to make a difference and put some points on the board. But if we lose that battle there right at the line of scrimmage, it might be a long night.
Yeah. Of course, this game is live online at the KQUL 102.7 Facebook page, as well as on YouTube. Just search MoSportsZone on there, and you'll find a litany. Steve, a litany. I got a thesaurus this week. A litany of football games going on around the mid-Missouri area out there, and then you can find it at MoSportsZone.com, where you can have your selection between. I don't know where Colton's at tonight. I don't know if he has Versailles or Eldon tonight, but. Yeah, there's all kinds of mid-Missouri football going on, including this game here tonight between Blair Oaks and School of the Osage. What are you looking for, Steve?
Oh, I was just looking. The captains of the teams are out here at midfield, I was kind of looking at the numbers and seeing who we're looking at here.
I got the program over here. Now, I'll tell you one name that we're going to say a whole lot, because whenever I was watching highlights, Brady Dapkus showed up on there quite a few times. And
Wide receiver, right?
Yeah, and Dapkus was a transfer from Southern Boone, where he played for 2 years, and we said his name a lot there as a freshman and a sophomore, and then he transferred to Blair Oaks.
Is he a basketball player as well?
Absolutely he is. Yeah, absolutely is. And he's a heck of an athlete, and when you watch Rod Smith's highlight videos week in and week out, the last 2 weeks, he has said Dapkus's name quite a few times. So that's a name that we expect to say a lot here tonight. And, of course, Brendan Rackers as well. I feel like we've been saying Rackers for as long as Blair Oaks has existed. So a lot of familiar names, a lot of names that we called out last year. Again, these Blair Oaks Falcons, defending state champions at Class 3, and they've taken the step down to Class 2 this season. So Osage won't run into them in the postseason, but they will be a conference opponent year in and year out, as long as the conference stays the way it is. But my lips are sealed, Steve. I don't know anything. What do you know?
I know that Blair Oaks is going to receive the kickoff here, and they're going to have their offense on the field first. And I know that another name we're going to call, I'm hearing, is Tyler Backs, a pretty talented quarterback that last week against Lutheran North threw 280 yards through the air and then broke 100 yards rushing. He's a very talented dual threat quarterback that we're going to have for as well.
That's over 300 all-purpose yards, Steve. Now, the purpose of those yards is, you know what? I'm not even going to try and explain this to you. Look at this. If you're watching the stream on KQUL's Facebook page or at YouTube or MoSportsZone.com, I've got the scoreboard on there with the clock. So hopefully the clock is not something I have to run manually tonight, and I can focus on calling the action instead of having to rely on my broadcast partner for anything, as he keeps diligent stats tonight. Do you feel good about the stats here, Steve?
I would rather just watch the game.
I know
but
you
that's
would,
just not, I'm not here just to watch the game. I'm here to do my job, right? And so I do like when we get to the breaks in the game, into quarter, into half, being able to talk some numbers.
You're here to pass first grade tonight at halftime. You need to focus on that.
I've been preparing. I have, indeed.
All right, the kick is up and away, and it is a short pooch kick from Clark. And it is immediately fielded and brought down right at the 30-yard line. Osage making the play out there.
Owen Kranz with the tackle. He's a freshman there on the field playing special teams. Good for the young man. I had him in class last year. Athletic and smart young man. Here we go. Blair Oaks starting their drive. Looks like the 31-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Man in motion, and he's going to take the handoff. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, and gets out into the next level past the first down marker. Brought down out of bounds near midfield. It's going to be a first down for the Falcons there.
Hey, that's a case of just 2 or 3 broken tackles there to get that gain. We're looking at a 16-yard gain, first play of the night.
Second play now. He's going to call his own number and keep it, but he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Like you said, Tyler Bax calling his own number there on that run. Decided to try and keep it for himself, but he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage to make it 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Osage just saying, you called the wrong number, my friend. We got you.
So 2nd and 10. Bax has 3 wide receivers out left. Man in motion comes next to him. Fakes the handoff, throws it out to the right, setting up a wide receiver screen. Hit made just short of the first down marker. Clock continues to run. Going to be 3rd down and short.
So we're spotting the ball at the 43-yard line, it looks like. No, that's not right.
They gave him the first down? Okay, it was brought down right at the first down marker. 4 wide receivers out. Stoppage in play here. Not sure what that was about. A little bit of confusion there on the spot, I think. 1st and 10, 4 wide receivers out for Bax. Man in motion is Lackman. He comes behind the quarterback, takes the handoff. No, Bax keeps it, rolls out. And he deals out a little bit of a hit right at the end of that play. Stopped just short of the first down marker. Going to be 2nd and short.
Ball at the 34-yard line. I think he tricked us all there with that one.
Not me.
I don't know.
Just calling it like I see.
2nd down and a long one here. They've yet to see a 3rd down in this drive.
Lackman in motion, left to right. Bax takes the snap. Looks to throw it out quick. Does get it out to Lackman. He's out in the flats. And, Steve, these guys, they're looking for contact. They're not looking to get out of bounds. And contact is made, but it is enough for a first down. Blair Oaks keeps the chains moving. 10:36 left to go here in the first quarter, tied up 0. Blair Oaks marching down the field here on their first drive of the night.
Another gain of 10 right there for the conversion.
Bax, 3 wide receivers outright. Now man in motion. Bax looking to throw. Almost brought down on the backfield. Takes off now. Picks up 6 before 3 Indians bring him down. Looked like Wilkes had him near the line of scrimmage, but Bax just a bit elusive. Shake off that tackle. Pick up a few more extra yards.
Spot that ball, we'll say, the 17-yard line there. Gain of 7 on the previous play.
Empty backfield for Bax. Now Lackman comes back. He'll take the handoff up the middle. Trying to cut back, but gets enough for first down inside the red zone. 1st and 10 coming up for the Falcons at about the 12. Just kind of rolling along, no huddle offense. 9:49 left to go here in the first. Bax, right to left man in motion. They get it out to him quickly, and Lackman pulls it in, but he is immediately brought down by Drake Williams. They're going to say a loss of 1 on that, so it'll be 2nd down and 11 coming up.
Going to have a lot of plays like that tonight. Again, on this drive, Blair Oaks yet to see a 3rd down. Love to see a good stop here by the Indians.
Second down. Bax getting the play from the sideline. Empty backfield. Now Lackman in motion. Fakes the handoff. Bax keeps it himself. Skips one tackle around the edge to the pylon. Touchdown. Blair Oaks into the end zone first.
Yeah, I had some opportunities there. Almost is a missed tackle or just, hardly ever touched at the same time. We had some opportunities. Just sometimes, as they say, it's a game of inches. Gain of 13 there for the rushing touchdown. I will say this about the Falcons. Their third down conversion rate is horrendous.
That's true. Snap back, hold down, kick is up and good. 7-0 on the board. We will take a break. Osage to get the ball on the kickoff after this. Down by 7, 9:06 left to go in the first. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
The Butcher Shop in Camdenton invites you to the Lake Ozark Biker Church. Services every fourth Sunday of the month, located behind the Butcher Shop in Camdenton. Feel the Holy Spirit at work and come have fellowship with the spirit of the Biker Church. The Butcher Shop is a strong supporter of the Camdenton Lakers, the lake community, and our Lord Jesus Christ. The Butcher Shop, your home for lunch and dinner, meats, and pre-made goodies.
This is America, where football means football. There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School, Blair Oaks Falcons get the ball first field and put it into the end zone. What do you have for the drive summary, Steve?
8 plays, 63 yards, pretty balanced, 5 runs, 3 passes, no third downs. Everything was a first or second down all the way to the end zone.
Short kickoff fielded by Drake Williams. Looking to get a block. Now trying to shake a tackle. He's going to be hit right at about the 28-yard line, and that is where the Indians will take over for the first time tonight.
And this is where, you got a team like this that's so talented, and they're going to just, hit us right there in the face. How do we respond, right? Or do we, our confidence, does it begin to fade immediately? Or are we going to just stay with it and say, hey, we're not surprised they could score? Let's answer.
Maverick under center on first down, takes the snap, hands this one off to Arrowwood. He's through the line, dragging a few tacklers, picks up about 5 to make it 2nd down and 5 for School of the Osage.
Spot that ball at the 34-yard.
And I kind of would have expected Osage to get off the tackles here early on, but right up the middle with Arrowwood. I like that call as well. Of course, against Moberly, we saw Trusty throw it deep and couldn't quite connect on that one. So a little bit more of a modest start here this week. Now Maverick back in the pistol, takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, and he was looking for Schreiman on the out. And I think he could have had him, Steve, but Schreiman kind of stumbled making his cut and was unable to come up with that one.
Puts him in 3rd down and 4, we're saying.
8:23, clock stops on that incomplete pass.
First big 3rd down here of the night for the Indians.
Maverick, 4 wide receivers out. Man in motion is Butler. Takes the snap, now looks for a quick out. Has it to Wall. Wall breaks 1 tackle, gets past the first down marker, and that's going to be a Pacific Pools first down for the Indians. So a quick out to Ethan Wall. Had isolation over there, one-on-one on the right side. Maverick noticed that. Gets it over to his man Wall. And Ethan does the rest, breaks that 1 tackle, and picks up the first down.
Yeah, just one play at a time here, gentlemen. Just you're not going to win the game all in one motion here. Let's just, build some positive momentum. Love seeing Ethan Wall be a part of the game. He was a big part of our success in that second half last week against the Spartans.
Now Maverick hands this one off to Arrowwood. He's going right side, spins off a tackle, a pile being pushed forward. And that's going to be another Pacific Pools first down as the Indians get into Blair Oaks territory. Brock Arrowwood running very hard over there on the right side, winds up getting stopped and then pushed from behind enough for the first down.
So what was his first carry, about 6 yards? His second carry, 11 yards? That's what we're going to have to see around the young man.
That's like 70 yards.
What kind of math do you do there? Did I say the wrong numbers or you just doing funny math?
What? Nothing funny about it. 7:26 left to go here in the first. Maverick takes the snap, now looking for a quick out, has it to Schreiman. Schreiman spin, breaks 1 tackle. 30, 25, 20 before he's caught up with from behind, brought down inside the red zone. But Schreiman, a beautiful spin move, gets down to the Blair Oaks 15 And that'll set up another Pacific Pools first down.
Hey, that's a gain of 33 yards, and that's how you answer a team that just marches down and scores a opening drive, and that's how you build some belief in yourself there. Hunter Schreiman, who stumbled on that previous route there, says, I'm not going to do that twice.
First and 10 for the Indians, 7-16. Schreiman knocked out of bounds, so the clock stops. Ball to 15-yard line. This handoff goes Drake Williams, left side, cuts back in. He's hit after a few yards and then brought down. Gain of about 2.
Spotting the ball, what about the 13 or so?
Clock under 7 minutes here, 2nd down and 8. Maverick back in the pistol. Got his 2 running backs with him. Takes the snap, hands this one. No, play action. Maverick floats it out to Butler, and Butler drops it. As he went to the turf, Butler almost came up with a magnificent catch there and could not bring that one in. Maverick just floating it out there, Steve, and just off of Butler's fingertips. A beautiful throw and almost an amazing catch from Colt.
Oh, man, just running out of territory, trying to bring it down before he goes out of bounds there. That was almost just a spectacular play by Butler. I love seeing that. Here we go, 3rd down and 8, our second 3rd down here of the drive.
6:36 left to go. Ball on the 13-yard line. Maverick sends men in motion left to right. That's Dubs and Wall. This handoff goes to Drake Williams, and Drake going to have to break some tackles. Going to have to break a bunch of tackles. He's going to wind up losing yards for the Indians. Good pursuit there from the Falcons, knocking them back behind the original line of scrimmage.
Taking the ball, lost about 5, back to about the 18-yard line there, so 4th down. And what are we going to do here?
Mine looks like we're going to kick it. Bringing Brady Clark out. Brady kicked the long field goal last week. This time, though, over on the right hash. And for those right-footed kickers, Steve, trying to kick right to left like this, not an easy kick to do.
35-yarder, is that what I'm seeing here?
Yep. Dubs the holder. Snap back, hold down. The kick is up. And it is good.
There we go.
So Clark puts the 35-yarder through, puts Osage on the board, 7-3. We'll take a break. Come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Hey there, all you thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. We've got a lineup that's sure to rev up your excitement. It's time to putt-putt to the Motor Hut and experience a winning combination like never before. We're talking about the perfect blend of touchdowns on the field and perfectly manicured lawns. And the best part, when you catch the Laker football action, you'll snag the best deals at the Motor Hut's outdoor equipment paradise. Camdenton High School Laker football and the Motor Hut, your ultimate champions this season. Get ready to cheer on and transform your outdoors with us.
This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
A 35-yard field goal from Brady Clark puts the Indians on the board, 7-3 on the scoreboard. What do you have for the drive summary, Steve?
Hey, I got 8 plays, completely balanced, 4 runs, 4 passes for 60 yards to get us in position to get that 35-yard field goal, and that's what you call an answer. Nice job. Now let's see if our defense can answer and keep them from just marching right down our throats here and scoring.
Osage had a good look at the end zone. A beautiful throw from Maverick just off the fingertips of Colt Butler. They'll settle for 3, and now this kick away from Clark, and it's going to be fielded right around the 25 by their return man, trying to get to the outside. Was Lackman, who's done the lion's share of the running back duty for Blair Oaks tonight. He returns it up to about the 37, and that's where Blair Oaks will take over. 1st and 10. 5:40 left to go here in this first quarter.
Well, already that first drive for the field goal there is different than what we saw last year. I remember it just felt like, Blair Oaks just couldn't do anything against them on either side of the ball. So let's see what we can do here defensively.
A quick out pass there as Bax hooks up with his wide receiver, Brody Radaman. And Brody brings that one in for a gain of 6, sets up 2nd down and 4. Got out of bounds, so clock stopped here. Lackman comes into the backfield. He'll take the handoff. Up the middle, 2nd level. Unable to be brought down and then finally cut down, but into Osage territory for a first down.
Ball on the Osage, looks like the 44-yard line. So that was a gain of 12 yards for the first down. Just right up the gut there, just kind of rumbling and stumbling, and looked like maybe the ball's about to come out, but he brought it down successfully and get the first down.
Now backs, finds Dapkus just past the first down marker. He hauls it in. His first catch of the night.
Ball at the Osage 31-yard line. Another first down.
Clock running down. 5:11 left to go here in the first. Backs, empty backfield. Takes a snap. Now hands it off to Lackman. Lackman going to right side. Now cuts it back in. He's hit by 2 Indians. Brought down.
Ball across the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Gain of 3.
I think that was Robbins and Wilkes that made the hit there. We need to do better about seeing who got the tackle.
You're not wrong.
Maybe
You're
I
not
do.
wrong. I have no argument against that at all.
Second down and 6. It's just tough. There's so many people in there sometimes. I can't make heads or tails of it. Or is there a third side of the coin? Play action, looking over the middle, has his man wide open, and he fumbles at the goal line. So what was going to be an easy touchdown, and he just lost a handle on it. That's Brendan Rackers. And that'll set up first and goal from the 1.
Gain of 27. The young man was thinking about his celebration dance before he actually got to the end zone and just dropped the ball in the field.
Now backs, he'll keep it, hands it off on the option, up the middle. And that ball, what's the referee going to say here?
There we go. I see the hands up in the air.
Okay, they're going to say touchdown, although Drake Williams came out of that pile with the football. He's going to have to bring that football back, Steve.
they may want it.
The ball, okay, so on this replay I'm watching here on my phone, the ball was on the deck. The ball was knocked out near the goal line. I mean, it doesn't matter. The call's been made.
Little stoppage of play here. I'm not sure. Oh, Drake
has to bring the ball back,
there.
Steve.
There's the football.
All right, so that's a touchdown for Blair Oaks. But what a swing that would have been. Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is blocked. So it is no good. Extra point block. Keeps it 13-3. We'll take a break. Come back with more after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
This is America, where football means football.
As the bumps and bruises of football season and life build up on our bodies, wouldn't it be nice to soak away those issues in a brand new Bullfrog Spa from Pacific Pools? Enjoy stepping away from the rigors of life, the aches and pains of the past, and current injuries, arthritis, or stress of the workday. Get yourself into Pacific Pools and order your new Bullfrog Spa today. It only takes 21 days to construct and ship. And listen to the Lakers take the field, all while soaking in your new Bullfrog Spa. Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
4:12 left to go here in the first quarter of play. Blair Oaks punches it into the end zone. Extra point is blocked, but that makes the score 13-3 here against School of the Osage. Osage set to receive this kick. Steve, what do you have as far as the drive summary?
6 plays for 63 yards, 3 runs, 3 passes. We had the pass that should have been for a touchdown that was dropped there at the 1, and they covered it, and it looked like they had a fumble again. Oh, here we got a little dangerous here on the return.
Yeah, I think Colt was just willing to let that ball bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and then the ball bounced back into the field of play, forcing Colt to go ahead and recover and bring it up the field.
You know, we've seen that work in his favor several times this season. He's a smart young man and thought, hey, let's get the penalty and let it go out of bounds. But ball just kind of died when it hit the ground. It didn't work out for us. So here we are starting at the 14-yard line?
1st and 10, 4:07 left on the clock here in the first. Second possession of the night for School of the Osage. Maverick takes the snap, hands it off Drake Williams. Drake looking left side, and he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And Drake has just had a hard time getting things going this season, Steve. And we saw him make some really big runs last year, broke some big plays for School of the Osage, but he has yet in these first 2 games in 1 quarter to really break out and have a big play for this Indian offense?
Well, it just seems like teams are keying off him. We've seen some success from Arrowwood. It seems like the defenses we've seen are, they've got some speed. They can force him out to the edge.
Maverick takes the snap here on second, floats it out. Colt Butler comes up with it, and he's cut down at the legs. Real close to a first down. Going to be third down, and I'd say less than a yard, unless they decide to give it to him, and they do. So it's going to be a Pacific Pools first down. Chains will move, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians. We're seeing a lot of quick passes from Maverick tonight here so far, Steve. Not really trying to set anything up downfield. Just want to get the ball out to his receivers quick. We saw that work with Schreiman as he was able to make that spin move and get deep into Blair Oaks territory, but they're letting their receivers make plays on offense.
Well, you got between Wall and Butler and Schreiman. Those are 3 great options for Maverick to get the ball to.
Now this ball is given to Drake, and he goes left side, picks up about a yard before being knocked down. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up. We crawl under 3 minutes to go here in the first. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Indians.
Yeah, just when it looks like Williams is about to see daylight, I could just see someone grabbed his jersey and brought him back. It's one of those guys that if he can just break it out in the open field, it's going to be good news for Osage, but so far he's been contained by the Falcons.
4 wide receivers out from Maverick here on 2nd down. Man in motion is Drake going right to left. He'll take the snap, now pitches it out to Arrowwood. Arrowwood looking to get on the edge, and he runs into contact, tries to run through it, but brought down just after getting hit. Sets up 3rd down and about 6.
Gain of about 3.
2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
I don't know who felt that more, Arrowwood or the defender there, the tackler, but
they're both going to feel it tomorrow.
That was a collision for sure.
3rd and 6, sorry.
I was going to say, I talked to Coach Haig today, and he said, hey, the next day, if you're not walking funny after a football game, you didn't do something right, and I think that's going to be true for Arrowwood.
Good catch by Schreiman right at the first down marker, spins forward, and gets enough for another Pacific Pools first down. The Indians move the chains on this drive. That'll set up 1st and 10 at the 36 now.
That's all you got to do, just keep moving those chains. Passing game definitely just a great compliment this year to what we can do rushing the ball. That comes from putting your trust in Maverick Trusty for 3 years for sure.
Now the pitch goes out to Butler on the right side, trying to get to the edge, but immediately brought down. And that is Carson Verslois out there making that play.
Back to the 30, loss of about 6 yards there. It looks like gaining real estate on the edge is going to be hard against the Falcons here. They got a lot of speed, playing their positions well. It's all about staying home on the edge there, and they played it perfectly.
Under a minute left to go here in the first quarter.
2nd down and 16. Try to gain some of that turf back here, set us up for a reasonable 3rd down.
Reasonable. What's reasonable to you on 3rd down?
I'll take 8 if you're having. Oh, boy, they're coming for him.
Yeah, Maverick going to be sacked in the backfield as they tried to get something set up there down the field. And now it is going to be 3rd down and unreasonable.
Definitely. Woo. Loss of 10 on that play. And the playbook options look a little different here. On 3rd and the scoreboard's saying 26.
Probably let the clock run down here as they have more time on the play clock than the game clock. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break. Come back with the start of the second after this. 3rd and long coming up for the Indians. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Take a break and make your escape to the hidden gem of the lake, Old Kinderhook. Golf the finest course and dine at the best restaurant, the Trophy Room. Happy hour is 3 to 6. Enjoy prime rib Friday and Saturday. They've got a wine list that matches its cuisine and spa for your golf swing. Old Kinderhook invites you to escape today. Come stay and play for a weekend. A proud supporter of your Camdenton Lakers and Osage Indians. Look them up online and Facebook.
At Lake Regional Health System, excellence is everywhere, in the care of a nurse and the dedication of a doctor. As our pursuit of excellence continues, we're proud to announce our membership in the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Their specialists in research supporting ours, because excellence lives here. Learn more at lakeregional.com/mail.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School, 1 quarter of play in the books, and after the first, Osage down 13-3. They have the football, but unfortunately it is 3rd down and 26 after that sack on 2nd down.
Yeah, started with the ball at the 14-yard line, and they got up out to the 36, but we've just gone backwards since then. We're eating up some time of possession, but we are in dire situation here. I wouldn't be surprised if they just run the ball and try to play it safe. You don't want to give up a stupid turnover here.
Instead, Maverick will throw. Out on the edge, that's Schreiman. He had to dive to make the catch. Of course, in high school football, once the ball carrier touches the ground, he is down. So that's where Schreiman goes down, and that'll set up 4th down and long now. Dapkus will go back to receive this punt from Trusty.
Good-looking play, but not a lot of yards gained there. About 3 on the gain, and we're going to be looking at our first punt of the night.
Yeah, Maverick back to kick away to Dapkus. Snap is back. He takes it, kicks it away. Pretty good kick from him. Going to bounce around the 50. Take an Osage hop into their own territory. Dapkus not going to get a chance to receive. And Osage will down it at the 42. That's where the Falcons will take over for the 3rd time tonight, looking to extend this lead here in the 2nd quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control. .11:02 left to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Our next broadcast will come to you live next week. We'll be in Eldon, Missouri to take on the #1 ranked in district, Eldon Mustangs, after their big win over Versailles last week. Looking to extend that here tonight in their game, and that's where we will head next week. Backs takes the handoff. Play action. Looking to throw. Now throws it down the field. Looking for his man. Has it. Oh, wow. What a beautiful throw and catch. And that one was Brendan Rackers, and this time he catches it and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Did not drop it at the 1-yard line this time.
And double covered. Looks like Colt Butler
good coverage
just
too,
almost had a chance to make a play on the ball, but it was just perfectly placed, perfectly run route, and perfectly delivered ball. Just textbook long touchdown run there, or pass, I'm sorry. Wow, what an answer.
And it's like we said off the air, it felt like they really haven't hurt us with any long gains, so right there they do. Now looking for the 2-point conversion. The quick throw out. No, they throw the fade, and going up and making that catch is Rackers. They just throw the fade route. He extends his arms out on Dubs, gets a little bit of space, and scores the 2-point conversion. That puts them back at 21-3 on the scoreboard. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Where there's smoke, there's barbecue. Hi, I'm Greg Dierberg. You heard that right. No liquid smoke flavor at Dierberg's. It's all smoke fresh with apple and cherry wood at each one of our stores. From brisket and wings to my personal favorite, smoked salmon. If you can smoke it, Bob's Barbecue has it. It's time to rethink your BBQ and try something truly extraordinary. Stop by and see what's smoking today. It's fresh, it's friendly, and for slow smoke barbecue, it's Dierberg's.
This is Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
10:53 left to go here in the 2nd quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control. And Brendan Rackers, who dropped the ball at the 1-yard line on the previous possession, hangs on to it with the big touchdown. Steve, how far was that?
Well, we start the ball at their own 43, so 57 yards for the touchdown. Just, perfect. They march down and score the opening touchdown. We answer with a 60-yard drive and a field goal, and then ever since then, the momentum is swinging hard towards the Falcons' direction, including our specials team play where we get poor field position to start the drive, but they just kicked it out of bounds there, it looks like.
That procedure was illegal, Steve.
Yes, indeed. So let's see what we're going to do with this. That's going to help our field position.
Yeah, we'll take over here at the 35-yard line. Yep, nailed it. 21-3 on the scoreboard here 10:53 left to go in the second quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control.
They kind of had our number on this last possession. Let's see if we can get some positive momentum here.
Arrowwood running right side. Gets past the line of scrimmage, but those talented linebackers not letting Drake or Brock break a lot of tackles here tonight. So Brock able to get into that second level, pick up about 3 yards before he's brought down.
I like to watch Brock run. He just runs with energy, finds the crease, finds the hole. He's a hard young man to bring down.
Empty backfield for her Maverick trustee. He's got 5 wide receivers out here on this one. Now Drake comes in motion left to right, and he'll get the pass out on the screen. Looking to get a block out on the edge, and does, and that's Arrowwood setting the edge for him, where he's able to pick up about 3 yards out here on the sideline to set up 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, I like the effort there. Let's try to get Drake the ball in some open field. Let his athleticism create opportunities there, and I love seeing Arrowwood, helping his teammate there in the backfield have some success. 3rd and short is a good place to be.
3rd and 4. This one goes to Arrowwood. Cuts back in. Nice job by Arrowwood trying to get past the safety, but he gets into Blair Oaks territory, picks up a Pacific Pools 1st down, and that'll move the chains for the Indians. And Brock Arrowwood just running hard, Steve.
And north and south. That's what I like to see. He doesn't do much east and west. Let's go north and south. Gain of about 14 on there, just right through the interior of the Falcons defense. Looking
Now backs will keep it, wants to throw it long, looking for Dapkus downfield, and somehow he's able to bring that in over Arrowwood, who was playing great defense. And Steve, what are you supposed to do there? One-on-one coverage out on the outside. I say Brock Arrowwood was playing pretty good defense, and somehow Dapkus still brings it in for the long touchdown.
Yeah, that was, I don't know how you cover the young man any tighter. I mean, they were just stride for stride, and even there was some contact there for sure. And just at the perfect time for Dapkus, there was just a bit of separation there in their upper bodies, and the ball just fell right in his hands, and right in the end zone he goes. And the second blocked extra point there.
Second time tonight, the extra point has been no good for the Falcons, but they get on the board once again. 27-3 score on the board. We'll come back with a kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
When you're looking for a new furnace or air conditioner, price is important, but warranty, reliability, and efficiency are big factors too. At DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling, you'll receive very competitive pricing on the industry-leading Air Ease products. Every Air Ease product is built on 80 years of experience, testing, and research. Servicing the Lake and Jefferson City areas for nearly 15 years, DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling for reliable products offered by reliable people called DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling. Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
6:54 left to go here in the second quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control. A touchdown from Blair Oaks makes it 27-3.
Yeah, 2 plays and 80 yards there is what I've got. And it's the case of giving up the big play at this point. Maybe 3 plays.
Yeah, those plays. But listen, the defense has been good on those plays. I mean, credit where it's due. It's not as if Butler and Schreiman and Arrowwood are just getting beat down the field. The coverage is there. It's just good throws from backs, and he's just putting it right in a pocket to where only their wide receiver can bring it in, and that's exactly what's happening.
And they're kind of going for the jugular after an opening drive that was kind of his, dink and doink down the, running the ball a lot down the to the score. Now they're just throwing it long and taking advantage. So we're starting again after the penalty with the ball going out of bounds off the kickoff. We're going to start our second drive at the 35-yard line.
Let me tell you something. This is not like me having some kind of hot take. First down for the Indians here. 6:54 left to go in the second. Handoff goes to Arrowwood as he tries to cut to the outside. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down. If this Blair Oaks team falters at all this season, Steve, it's going to be because of their special teams, which has been a struggle tonight. Kicked the ball out of bounds a couple times, a couple missed extra points. That's something that they're probably looking to clean up as they go forward this season.
And if you're going to beat a Blair Oaks team, and I was just thinking about that even going in tonight, you're going to have to win the special teams game. I guess maybe you could argue that we're at least, a draw there on that side of the game, but otherwise we are struggling.
Second down and 10 for the Indians. Drake Williams in motion, right to left. Maverick rolls the pocket out, gets it to Schreiman. He's hit immediately and is brought down. Forward progress given as he's pulled out of bounds. So a gain of about 3 for the Indians there.
Ball about, the 39-yard line?
See if we can get in a good look at the offensive line for the Indians. Caleb Smitherman, the recipient of the Butcher Shop Tomahawk Chop Steak block of the game last week on that bootleg from Maverick Trusty, helping him get into the end zone.
That's a mouthful right there, that one.
Yeah, we gotta find a way to acronym that one, Steve.
That's a lot going on.
TBS, TCS.
I know it's a lot when you have to kind of slow down your cadence to get that one in.
Indeed. Timeout taken on the field. 5:32 left to go here in the second quarter of play. We'll take a timeout as well. Coming back right after this, you're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
When it comes to your safety, hire the best. Elite Security Services delivers professional, highly trained security for your business, condominium, home, or event. Backed by years of law enforcement and military experience, their team offers unmatched protection you can trust. Elite sets the standard for excellence in private security. Call 573-280-8018 today to discuss your security needs. That's 573-280-8018. Elite Security Services. Protection, precision, peace of mind.
This is is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Second quarter action brought to you by American Sun Control. 5:32 left to go here in the second, and it is 3rd down and 6 for the Indians. Dubs and Wall move left to right. Maverick in the pistol takes the snap, fakes the handoff, wants to get it out to Wall, and just off his fingertips, he tries to make a one-handed catch over there and move towards that first down pylon, as I think the pass was thrown just a bit out of his reach. Wall tried to do everything he could to bring that one in. So to bring up 4th down and 6.
Yeah, and this is a recipe for a long night when a 3 and out against a Blair Oaks team that is, their 3rd down conversion rate's terrible tonight because it's a big play after big play, and here they are up, 27-3, and unfortunately we're unable to answer with any kind of sustained drive.
4th down and 6 for the Indians. Maverick back to punt. Low snap, takes it, kicks it away. Good punt again from Maverick, and it takes a good bounce. Dabka's not going to get a chance to return this one, and Osage will down it right at the 22-yard line, and that is where the Falcons will take over on this possession. 5:15 left to go here in the second, brought to you by American Sun Control. So Osage getting good punts from Maverick, not giving the Falcons incredibly great field position.
Ball, the 22-yard line?
Yeah. 1st and 10. Lackman. Backs keeps it himself. Gets out to the right side now. Spins off a tackle. Gets hit right at the first down marker. Falls forward for a 1st down. Ball will be at the 36-yard line. They run the option there with Lackman. This time Backs keeps it himself. Picks up the yards. Keeps the clock moving. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the second. 4 wide receivers out for Backs.
I feel like we had a man in the backfield just out of reach. Backs is a talented running. Here he goes right up the middle.
Yeah, and Jaden Wilkes, his job tonight, for what it's worth, is to keep an eye on Backs and kind of spy whenever he wants to take off. He's supposed to come up and prevent that. Good defense there from the Indians, taking away any passing options. Backs takes off on his own, and it is the aforementioned Wilkes that makes the play.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
Play action. Backs looking to throw. Now steps up in the pocket. He is
there we
hit
go.
and brought down for a quarterback sack in the backfield. Nice job there from the Osage defense. Their first sack.
There's our young man, Nick Joyner, there, getting in the backfield and bringing down the talented quarterback, and that's the kind of play we needed here. Getting up 3rd down and long, that takes the ball all the way back to, the 20, we'll say the 28.
Steve, I think that's Osage's first quarterback sack of the season.
I think you're right. So loss of 9 on that play.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
3rd and 19, and first of many to come, we hope. Like to see some more of those tonight for sure.
Backs takes the snap, looks out right.
Joyner on this tail again.
Good defense from the Indians. And Backs has to throw it out of bounds to bring up 4th down. And their terrible conversion 3rd down rate continues, Steve.
That's right. I call him as I see him,
0%. Great job. 3:31 left to go here in the second quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control. 4th down and 19.
Now, wait a minute. Are they...
They're not this crazy, are they, Steve?
4th and 19, and what do we do? A little short kick? Yeah. He's not very far. Just like a normal position in the pistol there, it almost looked like.
Now Schreiman fields it right near midfield. He'll return it up, brought down at the 48, and that's where Osage will take over. With 3:21 left to go, 2 timeouts left for the Indians as they try and move down and do something against this Blair Oak defense. Had a good drive on the first drive of the night where they picked up points, but it's been slow going since then.
Hey, but the good news is we forced them into their first punt as a result of Nick Joyner's sack there, 9-yard loss for the Blair Oaks, and here we have pretty good field position with the ball at they'll call it the 48-yard line. If we can get a good drive and a score here, that's definitely some great momentum going into the second half.
Maverick back in the pistol. He's got 4 wide receivers out, Arrowwood behind him. Quick throw out the wall. He makes the catch, comes down with it, and gets out of bounds. And speaking of the offense, let's go ahead and take a look at the skill players that include Maverick Trusty and other seniors, Brock Arrowwood, Drake Williams, Schreiman, Butler, and Wall.
Ball across midfield to about the 47-yard line of the Falcons. Second down, and it's gain of 5, second down about 5 here.
Now this handoff goes to Arrowwood, right side. Good blocks over there. Brought down just shy of the first down marker. Going to be 3rd and short for the Indians.
So ball about the 43-yard line. Boy, I tell you what, watching Arrowwood run north and south right up their gut. You know, again, this is a talented Falcon defense. If you can have success against a squad like this, that's definitely a statement.
Big 3rd down here. Maverick, quick snap, hands it off to Arrowwood, and he's going to be drugged forward. Now keeps his feet. He's being pushed from behind and picks up a big gain. Drake Williams doing a lot of yeoman work right there, pushing and keeping Arrowwood on his feet for the big Pacific Pools first down. Keeps the chains moving, and it's a 1st and 10 for Osage from the 24, or 26,
Gain of 17 on that one for the young man.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be brought down pretty quick, but Drake Williams kind of just holding him up and keeping him on his feet there.
That's how you pick up a first down on a 3rd down conversion.
Maverick takes this snap, gets it out to Schreiman. Schreiman, get a little happy feet, trying to make a move out there. Breaks 1 tackle and picks up some extra yards. He's going to be short of the first down marker, but inside the red zone now. 2nd down and about 2 coming up for the Indians on this drive. Clock continues to move. Osage with 2 timeouts, 2:14 left to go here in the second quarter.
That's a lot of confidence you're putting in the young man there. Hey, we're just going to put you in the open field and see what kind of magic you can make happen. And with his dancing feet out there in the flats, he made him miss.
Look like me. Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Thanks. 4 wide receivers out for Maverick. He'll take the snap, roll out to the right. Good chip block. Now Maverick keeps it himself. Hit from behind, but might have got enough for a first down there.
Maverick Trusty just showing us that he is not just a one-dimensional quarterback right there the last couple weeks. So we're going to official timeout. The ball's about the 21-yard line.
Steve, go out there and see if there's a first down. Go down there, Steve.
It looks good from here.
Yeah, well, depth perception. I know you have a problem with during basketball season, but
I have football eyes.
That is, people say that about you all the time.
My eyes are the shape of football.
Football-shaped eyes, yeah.
It looks a little short.
Well, that's not what you just said 12 seconds ago, Steve. You said it was a first down. Now you're saying it's short.
Oh, so 3rd down and not a lot, folks. 3rd down in a gap that I couldn't squeeze through even sideways.
Ooh, prove it.
I got something on my plate here, man. I got things to do. I got to keep you going.
Oh, you had a plate full earlier. I saw
did.
It.
That was thank you to our tailgating crew, man. That was much appreciated.
We're spoiled.
There is no doubt.
I'm not even a barbecue guy, Steve, and I ate it.
Yeah,
it was that good.
I don't know. I think you need to seek counseling for that.
Just that?
Well, okay, let's start with that.
3rd and short for the Indians here. 1:35 left to go in this second quarter. Brought to you by American Sun Control. Maverick back in the pistol. Got Williams and Arrowwood with him. Showing the blitz. Handoff goes to Arrowwood. Nice cutback, and that's going to be enough for a Pacific Pool first down. And that will keep the chains moving inside the red zone. 1st and 10 coming up for Osage. Clock will move once the first down markers are set up.
He didn't get much, but he got enough. Ball right at the 15-yard line here. Slicing and dicing. Brock Arrowwood just finding the crease and getting through it. And we've got, looks like some kind of timeout.
Yeah, Blair
field.
wants a timeout here.
You bet they do.
Best drive of the night for the Indians since their first drive of the night where they picked up their only points of the night. Stop saying of the night challenge. Impossible.
You just got kind of in a rhythm there. I like it.
It was the rhythm of the night, Steve.
You're going to break out in the song? It seems like some kind of 80s ballad.
I'm so close. This is the rhythm of the... So close, Steve. 1:20 left to go here in this second quarter. Of course, coming up at halftime, we will continue Stevie Madison as Steve Adams tries to answer questions from each grade. And last week, much to every listener's surprise, Steve passed kindergarten by answering 3 kindergarten-level questions. And tonight, Steve is going to have to answer 3 first grade level questions. And I have to ask you, Steve, what's your worry level at tonight?
I feel confident. I've been practicing walking in straight lines.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. All right, 1st and 10 from the 15. Of course, that's coming up here at halftime.
Got my addition facts I've been working on.
Addition facts.
Addition.
27-3 on the scoreboard. Osage down, but driving here on this possession. Maverick takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Looking over the middle for his man Wall, back of the end zone. A lot of contact, and just over the outstretched hands of Wall. And Ethan Wall kind of got knocked down back there on that. What is that, Steve? Like, that's a discus throwing area.
No, that's where
there,
they
right?
put the pole vault.
Oh, is that?
Pad. Yeah, they got the runway there, and they put the pole vault right there. That's exactly. So it's covered with, the rubber surface of the track, but it's concrete under that. I'm sure it doesn't feel good. But, hey, Wall was open. He was beyond the defender there, and the ball just a little bit out of his reach. But it was a well-run route and well-executed play. Almost had the touchdown here. 2nd down and 10.
Took 6 seconds off the clock, so it's 1:14 left here. 2nd and 10. Maverick hands this one off to Butler. Butler tries to cut back inside. Little misdirection there. They bring Butler in at the tight end position and then bring him around as it looks like everything's going to the right. They bring Butler back left. That misdirection only picks him up a yard. Colt Butler has been a big part of this Osage offense the last couple of weeks. Just a sophomore, but stepped up and made some big plays. Caught a touchdown last week, a part of that comeback against Moberly.
He's just that extra guy that you're going to have a hard time scouting for. A lot of attention is going to go to Drake Williams or Brock Arrowwood and maybe Hunter Schreiman, and all of a sudden, whoa, who's this guy? Colt Butler, and here he is making big plays.
All right, 3rd down and 8. Got about 30 seconds left here. 3 wide receivers out for Trusty on the left side. He'll take the snap. Rolls out to the right, trying to get it to his man. A flag thrown. I think Schreiman still might have made the catch, though. And that would be enough for a 1st down inside the 5. We'll see what the penalty is. It's pass interference on the defense. So coach might take the penalty here, Steve, because a defensive penalty would stop the clock. So if the yardage is enough to pick up the 1st down, he might go ahead and accept it here. Obviously, with it being a 1st down, the clock will move on the 1st down. So it's just a matter of what coach wants to do here. Pass interference. Oh, here comes the call.
Man.
Pass interference on the defense. Penalty is declined, so it'll be 1st and goal inside the 5 for the Indians. And the clock will start to run here in a second.
Gain of 10 on that previous play. Osage does have a couple timeouts, it looks like, on the board.
And there we go. Clock is running. We're under 20 seconds to go here in the 2nd. Maverick back in the pistol. Takes the snap, hands it off. Arrowwood right side, trying to gain some momentum. Can't quite do so. Jolly has to call a timeout with 12 seconds left. Probably looking to try and do it through the air here on the next few plays, Steve. You got to keep that one timeout in case there's a quarterback sack if they decide to bring the pressure and the blitz.
Lost one on that play. Again, they did a good job, the Falcons did, of getting Arrowwood running a little bit east and west, slowing him down. He was fighting for his life there, but couldn't get quite back to the line of scrimmage.
Of course, our timeouts this season brought to you by First Bank of the Lake.
Now, what do you think here? As you said, just under 13 seconds left. We want to get it into the end zone. We have one timeout left. Are we saving a few seconds for a field goal if that's all we can get, or are we just going to go for broke and try to get the touchdown?
I think you got to put it in the end zone here. You're set to get the ball back at the start of the 3rd quarter, but I don't, with the score being 27-3, I don't think you're in a mindset of settling for a field goal here.
That's fair. I have no argument against that. Let's just get the 5.
Why are you shaking your head?
And I'm just amazed by your – it's just
I can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm in awe is the word I'm thinking of.
I get it.
A lot. I'm sure you get
Steve,
that a lot.
That's called aura. You wouldn't know because you don't have it.
Aura. Isn't that one of the new words that
It's a spelling word today for 1st grade. So.
No, it better not be. Better not be. It's hard to sound that one out. I need some consonants in that word there.
2nd down and 5. 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Indians. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, floating it out to Drake Williams.
Oh.
And just off his fingertips, and Maverick took a shot for it too. Knocked to the turf, and Drake just unable to bring that one in. He was open out there on the edge, just could not bring it in.
Just a little bit kind of out of, behind him, had to reach back for it a little bit, but if he grabs that, he's in for the score.
And spoiler alert, we are going to kick the field goal.
Someone suggested that might be a possibility. Who was that? Was that Natalie?
Did they have aura?
So much. All the aura.
Might have been Natalie then.
Brady Clark about to attempting to double our score here tonight.
Clark back to kick the field goal here with 8 seconds left. He'll take the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. Put the Indians on the board once again. Makes it 27-6. We'll keep it here with only 3 seconds left on the clock. No sense to go to commercial when we're about to do that here at halftime, Steve.
Indeed, we will. Brady Clark with his second field goal of the night.
So I think the mindset is there, even though you're down, I would have liked to see maybe one more play there with 8 seconds left, but you don't want to take a situation where, you run a play longer than you want and you wind the clock all the way down. So instead, Osage elects to kick it there on third down, but that also gives you the option in case something happens on the snap or the hold to where you get 2 chances at it. So Osage gets the points, doubles their score, 27-6 up on the scoreboard. Brady Clark set to kick this one away.
Yeah, we're looking, I'm expecting the time, unless, that this will be the last play of the half, I would anticipate, just this kickoff.
I would expect Brady to kick a line drive right at a lineman. Why not?
Hey, he is the star of the show so far tonight.
And no. There's a pooch kick. It's going to land and then fielded and falling down on it with 2 seconds left.
Well, they made a liar out of it.
And then there's a
here.
flag. Steve, this is the longest 8 seconds of our lives. We'll see what the flag was here. There was a lot of activity over there away from the football. I guess technically it was near the football, but it was away from the football where the block happened. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
So that's going to take him back a bit.
Not a whole lot of consequences for that penalty, though.
No, it doesn't really. So this line of scrimmage was right at the 25. I expect we're going back to the 10.
The 12.
Oh,
Tomato. So 2 seconds left. I expect Blair Oaks will just take a knee here, and that's how we'll go into halftime. 27-6 on the scoreboard here. 2 seconds left to go in the second quarter, brought to you by American Sun Control. Referees looking to extend this one out just a smidge longer. American Sun Control getting their money's worth tonight.
Indeed. As is the ref. He's right there in the middle of the action here. Here we go. Maybe?
Nope. Everyone get in position so they can take a knee. And they do, and that is how the half comes to a close. So 27-6 on the scoreboard. Osage set to receive the third quarter kickoff. We'll take a break. Come back with the High V halftime show after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Polylift boat lifts. In 1975, Gerald Ford was president, gas was 53 cents a gallon, and Saturday Night Live debuted. It's also the year Polylift Boat Lifts was born. 50 years later, Polylift is still the best boat lift you can own. Trust Polylift, built with quality and integrity for 50 years. Remember, for the last 50 years and the next 50 to come, you know what they say.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Big hits belong on the field, not your car. When life throws you a hard tackle, High Tech Collision and Auto Body is your MVP for complete collision repair. You've seen the big yellow trucks. Now remember, they fix your vehicles too. Fast, friendly, and hassle-free. Experience the high-tech difference in person, online, or call 348-9070. Proud supporters of the Lake community, Camdenton Lakers and Osage Indians. Go Lakers. Go Indians. Go high-tech.
My car! Life comes at you fast, sometimes too fast. Should have remembered the golden rule. No, not that one. Golden Rule Insurance. Call them for personal lines of insurance for home, auto, life, boat, and RV. And the best part is, when you bundle, you can save actual money. Golden Rule staff are educated and trained to ensure their customers have the very best service. Find personal lines of insurance that work for you. You can find them on Osage Beach Parkway in Osage Beach. Golden Rule Insurance Agency. Coverage you need, people you trust.
No pressure, low prices.
Hi, this is Jason at Hewlett Chevrolet Buick GMC in Camdenton. I want to tell you about our award-winning collision repair department. We can repair any make or model and make it look like new. Our staff is second to none and works hard to get you back on the road as fast as possible. We offer free transportation for your convenience and peace of mind during the repair. Come see us today for all of your collision repair needs at Hewlett Chevrolet Buick GMC in Camdenton.
No pressure, low prices. That's the way we do it. Shop Hewlett. ShopHewlett.com.
Hy-Vee's delicious deals are on. Dannon yogurt, 10 for $10. Jack's pizzas, 3 for $9. And tender bacon wrapped beef sirloin fillets for just $3.99. Stack up savings of more than $50 with your Hy-Vee Perks card and digital coupons at Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, Jefferson City, Columbia, and Springfield.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
Dooley Red Door has been a trusted name around the lake area for dependable and quality garage doors. Our business is continually growing, and we are looking for motivated, energetic individuals to join our team. With an outstanding reputation, Dooley Overhead Doors needs more installers that are trustworthy, have reliable transportation, can pass the drug test, and help build our company here at the lake. Please send your resume to dooleydoors@socket.net or call 573-348-4399.
This is Osage Indians Football on KQUL Lake Ozark. It's the Hy-Vee Halftime Show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School for the Hy-Vee Halftime Show. 2 quarters of play in the books. And Blair Oaks has put 27 points up on the board, and School of the Osage has only put 6 up on the board. Brady Clark, 2 field goals for the Indians to lead the charge for them, but it has been it's kind of like a sandwich, Steve. The first and last drives were good for the Indians, but this everything in the middle, not so much. What do you have as far as the drive summary for School of the Osage?
So here we go. We opened with that field goal. That was a 60-yard drive. Then we had 3 punts in a row, drives of 9, 12, and 4 yards, and then that last drive, 47 yards for that additional 3 points. And you got to give Blair Oaks credit for even on those successful drives that we had, saying, hey, we're keeping you out of the end zone. Of course, already we scored 6 more points this year than we did last year. We'd love to see a successful opening drive coming into this third quarter and break that goal line, and let's get 6 on the board there. I love that, I feel like, this is not where you wanted to be at half. You want to be right with them. I like the momentum we have going into halftime, and take away those big plays. I mean, that's what really hurt us defensively. We've only stopped them. I'm taking a look at Blair Oaks here and their drives. So a rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, and finally we forced a punt because of that Joyner sack there. So we're going to have some stops in this second half to get back into it. Now, a week ago, we were kind of down at halftime.
It's the exact same situation.
Moberly was up 21-0, and it's the same score difference. And honestly, we were just hoping for show us something in the second half. Just do something positive, and not necessarily, full disclosure, expecting the win to come out of that. And they did it. Yeah. Now, I don't think that Blair Oaks is the kind of program that's just going to lay down.
There's a definite difference between what we saw last week and what we saw this week. I think what we saw last week in the first half against Moberly led us to believe that a win might not be in the cards for the Indians in the second half. But they came out, played like a completely different team, a well-put-together, a well-coached team, and executed everything down the stretch, including that game-winning field goal as time expired. But credit where it's due, Blair Oaks is not Moberly. They are number 1 in Class 2. They are the defending state champions in Class 3. And a lot of pundits and a lot of people in the Massey Index say that they're better this year than they were last year.
Yeah. Sure. You know, the Massey ratings, where they were predicting 98% chance that...
they were going to say 98-0. I was like, well, that's a bit much, Mr. Massey.
98% chance of winning the game with a score of 42-6. And so I think that's going to be a little different than that. But, hey, you know, in the locker room for Osage, though, don't you build a little confidence on what happened last week? Okay, listen. Let's come out and let's put a half together like we did a week ago, and let's just see what difference we can make. You know, hey, they're not bringing any new people. They're not going to be surprised by anybody. We've seen what they can do, and let's just play another half and see what can happen.
Credit where it's due to this Blair Oaks offense. I don't think that the Osage defense has been bad. And I think those 2 long touchdown passes that they have, if you go back tomorrow or later tonight or right now and look on MoSportsZone or YouTube and you check the replays, the coverage is there. Like, Brock Arrowwood is covering Dapkus down the field pretty well. That ball is just put in a spot where only Dapkus can come down with it. On the long touchdown, Colt Butler is there, and that ball is put to where only Rackers can come down with it. The execution that we're seeing tonight from Blair Oaks, we spoke about it in the old Kinderhook pregame show, Steve. We talked about culture, and we talked about how this team builds this and how they've gotten to this point. And I've not been surprised by what we've seen from Blair Oaks tonight. Their execution is on a whole nother level than what we will probably see for the rest of this season.
Yeah, for sure. They're a talented team. It's a privilege to watch them. Again, you know, I'd love to know what the mood is in the locker room or wherever they are here.
You want to go down there and find out?
I don't think they would welcome me in there. I think that's kind of, you know, you got to be in the club to get in that room. But, you know, just, hey, what are we going to do to get better? Because even in a loss, you want to take a step forward. And we want to compete. And here we have the opportunity, position by position, we have an opportunity to compete with a very talented football team. And whatever wins we can get play by play is going to make us better in the weeks ahead. And as Coach mentioned in his interview, played earlier tonight, you know, winning tonight, yeah, we want to win tonight, but you know what we want more is we want to go deep into the playoffs at the end of the season, and it's moments like this that can make us better, even if the scoreboard doesn't end up being what we want it to be. I want to tell you that quarterback, Tyler Baxter, I just feel like everything is really kind of built around him for Blair Oaks. He's pretty successful running the ball and then just throwing the ball on a dime there. They are averaging rushing, they're averaging about 9 yards a carry, and passing, they're averaging about 12 yards a carry. That's going to set you up for success for sure.
Yeah, it's just been pretty good on both sides of the football for the Falcons, kind of what we expected coming into tonight. Score of 27-6 on the scoreboard. Osage set to receive the kickoff in the second half. We'll take a break, come back, and Steve is going to have to answer 3 first-grade level questions to move on to second grade next week. Come on back, see if Steve can pass Stevie Madison. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
This is Anna Marie Hopkins with Smarter Move Real Estate Group, powered by Ozark Realty. Now is the time to make the smarter move, and let me help you with your real estate needs. Whether you are buying or selling at the Lake of the Ozarks or anywhere in mid-Missouri, call me, Anna Marie, at 573-544-3587. I can prove there's a smarter move.
She can prove there's a smarter move.
This school season, get on your game at the UPS store in Osage Beach, next to Deerberg's. They print it all. Invites, books, promos, cards, and ship it anywhere. Military and small business discounts.
Totally.
Package pickup.
For sure.
Open 7 days a week. Proud supporters of the Osage Indians, Hamilton Lakers, and Lake Second Home owners. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. Visit theupsstore.com and look for Osage Beach or call 573-365-6991.
Fiber Steel Boat Lifts, delivering quality boat lifts that won't sink your budget for over 35 years. Proudly backing our Camdenton Lakers and Osage Indians, Fiber Steel covers the entire lake. Military discounts? You bet. Easy online shopping at lakeboatlifts.com? Absolutely. Or just tell your smartphone to call Fiber Steel Boat Lifts. There's only one, just past Bridal Cave on Old 5. Look for the palm trees. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Call, click, or come in. Fiber Steel Boat Lifts. They've got your boat covered.
Tired of settling for low CD rates at your bank? Lock in a great rate at First Bank of the Lake today. We offer some of the best CD rates in the nation. CDs make saving a cinch. They combine security with great investment returns. Don't miss out. Maximize your savings with a secure high-yield CD. Check out our rates at fblake.bank and lock in a great CD rate today with First Bank of the Lake. Member FDIC. See bank for details.
This is Osage Indians Football on KQUL Lake Ozark. It's the Hy-Vee Halftime Show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School halftime, the Hy-Vee Halftime Show. We are honoring some young flag football players out here, Steve, and thankfully we didn't send you back to play flag football. Instead, we are putting you through the ringer, Steve, sending you back to school, getting you ready for Smarter Than Steve this basketball season, as it is Stevie Madison, where every week Steve Adams has to answer 3 questions in a grade level to pass that grade level. Last week, Steve answered 3 kindergarten questions, barely, and got by to move on to first grade. And now Steve has to answer 3 first grade questions to move on. I had a chance to go up to the Heritage Building, talk to some of the youngsters up there in first grade, and get the questions right from their mouths, because I wanted to get the most accurate first grade questions possible. Steve, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Chris, are you ready? All right, let's get it started. Play question number 1. Okay, I'm here with my first grade friend, Gentry Trusty, and she has a question for Steve. What's your question?
What shape has 3 sides?
What shape has 3 sides? You know the answer?
Yes.
Do you think Steve will get it right?
Yes.
Wow, you have a lot of faith in him. All right, thanks, Gentry.
3-sided shape is a triangle, and also an instrument that I feel I'm pretty competent at playing.
A trumpet?
Triangle.
Oh.
I'm pretty good at playing the triangle.
You're pretty good at the triangle?
I would assume. I would only assume I'm good at playing the triangle.
I'm not going to give you that much credit. Okay, 1 for 1, lucky guess. Now let's check out question number 2. All right, I'm here with my new first grade friend, Blair Carnahan, and she has a question for Steve. What's that question?
What is the opposite of big?
What is the opposite of big? And what's the answer?
Small.
Small, that's right. Do you think Steve will get it right?
No.
That's probably a good guess. All right, let's see if he does.
You know, I don't know, Blair, what I did to you that you think you're trash talking me, or first grade trash talk, and I feel like, you know, I see you sometimes in the hallway of the middle school walking with your parents, and now you're trash talking me. I don't know what I said here, but I'm pretty sure that the opposite of big is small. Booyah.
Well, you know, I didn't know that she'd seen you before. Maybe that's what she was basing it on.
Just by my appearance. This guy doesn't know.
Yeah, well.
He's so big, he doesn't know the other end of the spectrum.
You proved Blair wrong. You got that one right. Let's check out question number 3 now. For the final question for first grade, I am here with my friend Chloe Cochran, and she has a question for Steve. What's your question?
What does ice turn into when it melts?
What does ice turn into when it melts? Do you think Steve will get it right?
No.
Okay, that's a fair answer. We'll see if he does. Thanks, Chloe.
What are you saying to these kids?
You know, maybe they listened to Smarter Than Steve last year. Just think about that.
They're against now. I feel like the kindergartners were for me.
They were.
They were for me.
Pro Steve. This first grade group, I like them.
This is, you know what? I had a hard first grade, and this is bringing back terrible negative flashbacks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ice, when it melts, turns to water.
You got it. 3 for 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Adams has passed first grade, much to the chagrin of 2 young first graders who thought he would not get the job done, Steve.
It's hurtful.
But congratulations to you. You'll move on to second grade next week as the Indians head up to Eldon to take on the Mustangs. What did you think of that? Did you have any worries at all heading into first grade tonight?
I felt good. You know, I don't know what. Hey, listen, at some point a question's going to trip me up. It's going to happen.
Oh, it's
because
coming. I went and recorded 3rd, 4th, and 5th this week. It's coming.
So, yeah, it just is.
Yeah.
And there's just things you just don't think about for many, many years that maybe you don't use.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can I make a confession?
Go ahead. You studied.
Well, I did. As you were trying to prep and get ready for tonight, I heard a little preview of a second grade question.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
That's true, I did. And I thought, getting harder. I'm not naming parts of a plant anymore, huh? Okay, I see.
Oh, and other local sports around Missouri this weekend. Mizzou is home tomorrow to host Louisiana, and that start time was actually moved up to 12 o'clock because of a heat advisory in effect this weekend. So did you see that halftime kicker last week at Mizzou?
Yeah, he passed up, what was it, $25,000 or something? He's like, I'm not interested. But let's look at what I wrote on my chest.
And then he kicked the ball right at the KU sideline. Hater of the Year award goes to that guy. Congrats to him. And then Mizzou picking up the 11-point win over Kansas to move to 2-0.
And they were behind at the time, right? That's what I didn't actually see it live, but I saw a clip later, and they'd mentioned that actually Mizzou was losing at the time that he did that. That's
still, haters going to hate, man.
Yeah.
Got the border war win. Not sure if the quarterback will be back this week. Mizzou will start SEC play next Saturday at home against South Carolina.
For Mizzou? You talking about their quarterback?
Yeah.
I thought I'd heard a headline that he had surgery.
No, so he is out there.
Is on his tibia.
I think his name's Craig, right?
Of course. No, I have no idea.
I think it is something Craig. I don't know.
I think he's out for the year.
It's a very, very broad look at the local sports that I give you, okay? On Sunday, the game of the week will be a rematch of last year's Super Bowl as the Chiefs will host the Eagles. It is actually a 2-hour pregame by Fox. A very special thing they're doing there in Kansas City, tailgating with Chiefs fans as the Chiefs started the season down in Brazil, lost to the Chargers. That was last Friday night, and now they look to get back to their winning ways against the Eagles. Not going to be easy.
I'm so proud of you. Giving a Chiefs update here. That's a big move on your part.
I do this every time.
No, you a lot of
Modestly.
times you ignore the existence of the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm glad that you're bringing
now that
that.
they are 0-1, I'm more than happy to report that they will take on the Eagles.
What other games were last week? Let's see. There was one of those afternoon games.
There was the Monday night game where Chris Boom Boom Cannon's Minnesota Vikings got the big win. J.J. McCarthy, rookie quarterback, offensive player of the week for the NFC. Caleb Williams.
Was that against the Bears? Is that
yeah,
what? Yeah,
Caleb Williams did not look good.
Well, the Bears were looking pretty good at one point, 17-6 or something like that, and they just forgot how to play football at some point. What was the other game? 49ers Seahawks?
No, Patriots Raiders was up there, and Pete Carroll taking over for Las Vegas, leading the Raiders to victory up in New England.
I see. The other game that I went to
was
bed.
Broncos and Titans, where the Titans, number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward, holding tight with the Broncos, but Denver, who turned the ball over 4 times, still came out with the win.
What about the Bills? Who'd they come back against?
Oh, what a game Sunday night where they took on the Ravens.
I went to bed thinking that was over.
I went to bed thinking, who's going to beat these Ravens? And then I woke up and said, the Bills. That's who's going to beat them.
And the 49ers
and the Rams beat the Texans in a tough, hard-fought game.
Oh, I think I've made my point.
Packers over the last. I could keep going.
Packers are looking good.
Yeah, they looked good last night.
Well, they looked good against the Lions as well in the first game. Of course, they're playing, opening 2 games on their home field, I believe.
Yeah.
They were in Green Bay both times. So I tell you what, they're going to be hard to beat. Those are 2 talented teams. But, when they come up against the 49ers, I'm sure that'll be different. But just wanted to sneak that in there one more time. Hey, are we into my favorite 3 minutes
Your favorite
of
3
existence yet? Or are we counting down to my favorite 3 minutes?
No, this is it. We are in the 3-minute threshold. Of course, they add 3 minutes back onto the halftime clock. Why?
They got to let them warm up. They get the full 20 minutes to talk and make adjustments and scheme, and now they get 3 minutes to get loosened up again. You
know what's happening? These teams are down there, and they're listening to Stevie Madison, and they're like, give us 3 extra minutes. We got to hear if Steve passes first grade.
They are interested. They're probably like those first graders. Nope, can't do it.
Steve ain't going to do it tonight.
Good. I'll be having a conversation with the Carnahans. I tell you what, I've got to figure out what's going on
Hey,
there.
very serious, Blair Carnahan. She was like, I want the world to know I know the answer to this question, and Steve will not. But you did. Good job to you.
Well,
good job to you. I'm going to be over in your building next to record some stuff.
Oh, how many grade levels have you recorded?
All the way up to 5th grade.
Wow.
I'm on top of it, man.
I'm impressed.
Anything I can do to get out of work.
I'm impressed that you pulled that off, and I'm impressed that they're letting you in the building.
Okay.
I don't know.
You know what? It helps to know people. I'll say that.
For sure.
Graduated from School of the Osage with assistant principal Hodge over here at the upper elementary, and I worked with the assistant principal Amanda Rowden over at the Heritage Building for 4 years. So
were you in the same class as Dr. Hodge?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
And of course, I coached boys basketball, junior high boys basketball with Brian Dickerson. So already got the in there. And you know what? These secretaries see me, and they're just letting me right in. They're like, we know what this is about. We can't wait to have you here.
Are they making you scan your ID and make sure, are you having to do
that? Well, actually, the Heritage Building did not give me my ID back. They said it was a fake. So.
And was it?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So good catch by them. I'm going to need that back, though.
Follow-up question. Why do you need a fake ID? Why? I mean, you're well beyond the age of 21.
Why do plants need air?
We just don't know what you're...
Oh, we weren't in the 3 minutes, Steve, but now we are.
Oh,
Reset it back. I don't get it.
I knew it didn't feel right.
It just felt off, right, by 3 minutes?
I just feel like it's a bonus 3 minutes of life.
That's true. I am half tempted. I said last week, and I'll say it again, I am half tempted just to go back to kindergarten for all the questions. They were so adorable in the way that they asked, and I got to make sure I record the practice times because those were way more entertaining.
Okay, when you get to the middle school, you might be talking, it's a pretty good chance you'll be talking to students that really do know me.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
It might be.
I wonder where their answer will be to does Steve know this?
That's fair.
But hey, you know what? We're getting you ready for Mid-Missouri basketball's #1 halftime segment in the world.
Hey, I do think a requirement is if it's an 8th grade or 7th grade or 6th grade question, they should have to know it.
That is kind of what I did for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I asked them first, I'm like, do you know this? Do you know when a train leaves New York at 3 p.m. and another one leaves L.A. at 2?
If I throw a basketball from the top of a 10-story building, how long will it take?
If I drop 100 pounds of feathers and 100 pounds of bowling balls, which one falls faster? That's a good question. You know, I've been telling, my fiance teaches out in Crocker, and I've been telling her when I took Stan Strumpf had us build this apparatus out of cotton balls and stuff to hold eggs.
Oh, the egg drop. Yeah, everybody does the egg drop.
I was like, she's like, I teach high school. We can't. I was like, every age can do the egg drop.
What grade did you do the egg drop in?
I think like 7th or 8th.
I think I was 8th grade when I did the egg drop. I remember we went up to the top of the stadium and dropped it off the back.
Really?
And
we did. There's like a fire escape outside the art room, which is now the wrestling room over there.
Yeah.
We dropped it off of there.
Talking about.
I remember that vividly because like my egg lasted a long time. I think I still have that egg.
I think I cracked my egg actually trying to open up my container to see if indeed it had cracked.
So it
or not.
wasn't broke.
So that's what I'm assuming. I think I just didn't I didn't begin with the end in mind. I had this egg so secure, but I was like, well, how do I get it out?
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Just on the air here. Do you think there's room for a halftime egg drop segment?
Do we just drop it out the window?
Maybe just for the people streaming at home. Little video egg drop. I have Steve build an egg drop apparatus.
Hey, I remember, David Letterman years ago had a great segment where he would just drop things off.
Yeah, that's right.
Onto New York City streets, and just so we could see what would happen when they would hit the ground. Yeah, I guess I'm easily entertained.
I'll look into it.
I don't think he was dropping it on people, though, necessarily.
No, that seems like that would be illegal.
Which is why it's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm for it. All right, about to get this third quarter underway here. 27-6 on the scoreboard. Again, we are live on the KQUL 102.7 Facebook page, as well as at MoSportsZone.com and on YouTube at MoSportsZone, where you can find Bolivar, Warrensburg, Eldon, Versailles, and Camdenton games all throughout there as well. Kick is away and going to be fielded by the Indians. I believe that's Schreiman, who's going to get a step. Now gets to the outside, gets a block past the 30 and brought down at the 31. That's where Osage will take over for the first time here in the second half.
Nice little return by Hunter Schreiman. He almost took the ball away from Williams. It could have been either one with the return. And Schreiman's just pretty sneaky out there when he gets in the open field, pretty quick, and use those dancing feet that you say that you have to to create some space.
So we might see it Dancing with the Stars Part 2 this year. I've been asked twice about that now.
To dance or just to host?
Doesn't matter. Arrowwood up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked back. People will claim that they've asked us to host it, but deep in my heart, I feel like we've been asked to dance.
We or you?
Well, I'm not dancing without you.
Okay. What style of dance do you prefer?
Salsa.
Okay. Well,
what's the problem?
I don't know about doing the salsa with you, Craig.
Come on, man. What are we doing here?
Are you going to put, is that the one where you put a rose in your mouth or something?
No, it's like with chips.
Okay.
Maverick takes the snap here, fakes the handoff, looking for Wall deep, floats it out there for him, and Wall going to go up with that one, intercepted, just jumping the passing route. Great read by the defense there. And that was Warren Davis that came down with that for the Falcons. So looking for Wall deep.
You know, honestly, I like the play call.
I do
like just going for it, trying to get, again, the ball seemed to kind of hang up there a little bit. I thought maybe Wall had a chance at it, but it just, what was it? Was it their safety just kind of drifts over and, you know, perfect position, takes advantage of the opportunity to get the interception. So here we go. That's not how we wanted to start.
Now pass throwing out on the sideline, setting up the wide receiver. Quick flare route, enough for a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 46. I'm like you, though. I like that play call there. And honestly, it was just good track down speed and good chase down speed there, and left his feet at the perfect time, timed everything just right, and Davis came up with the interception. Now, sorry, go ahead.
I like it because I think it says to your players, hey, we're going for this. We're still in this, and that's the risk that you get of throwing the interception. But I like the confidence in your team to say, hey, let's go for it.
Ball thrown out to the right. This is to Dapkus. He's one-on-one out on the edge, knocked out of bounds after a gain of 8. Going to be 2nd down and 2. Clock stops at 10:42 left here in the third quarter.
Osage actually winning the time of possession battle in the first half, but that's not really good news for us as we gave up a lot of big plays on their scoring drives.
Now Bax calls his number on the option, going to keep it. Hit by Drake Williams and Dubs out on the edge, but still got enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 coming up for the Falcons. If you're just now tuning in, let's go ahead and take a look at the Osage front 7 that rotates through. Nicholas Joyner, heard him get the sack earlier. Charlie Crocker, Grant Wilson, Jaden Wilkes, Drake Williams, Ethan Wall, and Landon Robbins. Bax takes this snap, hands it off to Lackman, and he is hit immediately at the line of scrimmage and brought down, and it is the aforementioned Joyner that comes up with the tackle for loss there. Take a look at the Osage secondary. These guys rotate through, including Schreiman, Butler, Dubs, Brady Clark, who had that interception in Bolivar, a big swing play, Arrowwood, and then Eric Murphy.
2nd down and 12 here for the Falcons after Osage getting that big first down stop here.
Now Bax takes it, throws it out to Lackman out on the edge. He breaks one tackle. That's Colt Butler, unable to get it. Now breaks a second tackle. Gets a block downfield, past the first down marker before he's knocked out of bounds, but enough for a first down as Blair Oaks keeps the chains moving.
Taking the ball to, it looks like, trying to see where they're spotted here, 25-yard line, and that's just the case of two missed opportunities, right? 2 missed tackles where we could have had them for, you know, right at the line of scrimmage or minimal gain.
And now Bax will keep this himself, looking to get to the outside, but Joyner once again just grabbing a hold of the jersey and not letting go, and winds up being no gain. Joyner had some nice plays here tonight, Steve.
Absolutely. Joyner saying, you know, I'm not missing this tackle here. He grabbed on and held on for life until he brought him down to the turf. And there's been so many times tonight that Bax has just been just out of reach as he gets to the edge and makes a great game, but not that time.
Now Bax going to keep it once again. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, spins off that initial hit, and then Wilkes brings him down.
And we got to do this. This is right. We have to be able to stop the quarterback here. Seems like everything kind of keys off him. So a couple stops here when he's trying to rush the ball. 3rd down and long. One of the few times that we put the Falcons in this situation.
8:50 on the clock here in the third quarter. 3rd down and 7. Empty backfield for Bax. He moves some guys around pre-snap. Now he'll take the snap. Looks to throw, floats it over the middle, has his man wide open for the touchdown.
And that's one of the, we talked a lot about at halftime that some of their big plays were just perfect plays, right? Well-thrown balls to well-covered receivers. Not the case there. Some kind of coverage breakdown as the Falcon receiver just kind of is open right in the middle of the field, gets the easy score.
Yeah, it's just kind of Osage playing a zone defense there, and they got, that was Cooper Peters. And he just kind of got right in between that linebacker and safety zone. And once he got in there, it was a beautiful pass from Bax. And they're going to go for 2 here. Bax under center. Now hands this one off up the middle and easily into the end. Well, tripped up right at the goal line by Wilkes, but still into the end zone for 2 points to make it 35-6. Blair Oaks scores on their first possession here in the second half. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Dude, she said yes. What are we doing for homecoming?
No worries, bro. We're getting a limo from Z's Limo Service. Tons of room. It's gonna be epic.
Arrive in style with Z's Limo Service. Or rent the party bus for your game, concert, or event. Z's Auto Rentals has the vehicle that best fits your needs, and they're easy to work with. Just call 573-365-2366. Z's Limo Service and Auto Rental, 573-365-2366. Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School, first possession of the second half for the Blair Oaks Falcons, and they take it down the field and score.
7 plays, 65 yards, and again, time to possession not really a factor in this game because it took them about 2 minutes and 23 seconds to score that touchdown.
Drake Williams fields the kick for the Indians, brings it down the field. Now stutter step past the 25 where he's brought down right around the 26.
Love seeing the young man Drake Williams get the opportunity. His hands on the ball, I think, is a good thing for us. But as per the case all night long, the Falcons have been all over him. They've keyed off wherever he's at. They are there. First down and 10 with the ball at the 27-yard line.
Maverick back in the pistol, moves 2 guys right to left. That's Butler and Wall. Hands it off to Williams, trying to get to the outside, slips back in, picks up about 3 or 4 before being brought down.
Spot the ball right at the 30.
Second down and 7 for School of the Osage. Here in the third quarter, clock running, coming up on 8 minutes to go. Next broadcast will be next week, next Friday night, live in Eldon, Missouri. Play action. Trusty has Wall over the middle. Now cuts back in. And he picks up enough for Pacific Pool's first down before being brought down.
44-yard line, gain of 14. And is it Wall down here having a hard time getting up? I don't see numbers.
Yeah, Wall's having, look like he got a cramp of some kind, but a nice job there by Trusty, rolling out of the pocket, seeing Ethan Wall. He had that short out route to get it to Wall quickly, and then Wall immediately turns upfield, enough for the first down. Make it 1st and 10 after that Pacific Pool first down. Osage has the ball at their own 46, right around midfield.
Haven't had a lot of success tonight, but I really am impressed by this receiving core with Wall and Schreiman and Butler. I mean, those are 3 guys that I'm glad they're on our side.
1st and 10 for the Indians. Dubs will come in for Wall as Maverick gets the play from Coach Jolly. Brings it into the huddle. Arrowwood out wide for him. Got Butler in the backfield with Williams. Trusty takes the snap, pitches it out to Butler. Arrowwood, good job sealing the edge. Butler spins, picks up a couple extra yards. It'll make it 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, almost to midfield there, about the 49-yard line. Gain of 5, as you said.
Now, Steve, that's another thing that I like about Brock Arrowwood. Now, he runs hard. He wants to get through the line of scrimmage. He wants to hit people. He wants to run them over. When it's time for him to block, he takes that seriously, too. always out there on the edge. I like it when they get him out wide. You kind of know what's going on, but he set that edge, allowed Colt to get those extra yards there. Now Drake Williams, left side, cuts it to the outside, picks up a couple yards before being brought down. It'll be 3rd and short, Osage into Blair Oaks territory.
Spotting the ball looks about maybe 47-yard line here. That's the Falcons' 47-yard line. Gain of 4. 3rd and short. Hey, and I tell you what, you talk about, what he does other than carry the ball. That doesn't mention the fact that he's playing both ways, playing on defense as well, as all of our players do, minus our quarterback. They're playing both ways here. Yeah, and I don't mean that as a comment against Trusty. I mean, he's doing enough.
Little dancing at the line of scrimmage from Arrowwood, and that little dance was just enough to let Blair Oaks get pursuit there and hit him at the line of scrimmage. This will be a 4th down and 2. Osage going to have to go for it in this situation under 6 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
No gain on that one. Maybe even, just right at the line of scrimmage, it looks like. .544 on the clock in this 3rd quarter.
Maverick back in the pistol. He's got Williams and Arrowwood. Takes the snap. Rolls it out himself. Fakes the pitch and keeps it. And going to get enough for a Pacific Pools 1st down. Maverick Trusty, the magician, faking everyone out, including you, Steve.
I love it. We just haven't seen this part of Maverick's game in the last couple of years. Just haven't had the opportunities to run the ball. But with the 2 rushing touchdowns last week, key 4th down conversion there on that carry. He is running the ball well. And again, he's not like that's not his strongest suit, but when the opportunity presents itself, he's able to get the yards we need.
Got an injury timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Osage down 35-6 here in the 3rd. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Wild Ozark Flowers is where beauty meets horsepower. A full-service florist with locally grown blooms, custom bouquets, and resin keepsakes. Plus a one-of-a-kind flower bar for creating something personal. And while the arrangements are being crafted, Ration Supply motorcycle gear is right there for riders who live the lifestyle. Delivery available or stop by behind Starbucks in the Stonecrest Mall. Wild Ozark Flowers, 573-552-8420.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School, it looks like it might have been some kind of shoulder injury there, as I guess that'll be our official stance on the Lake Regional Hospital injury report there.
It's hard to diagnose from, 40 yards away.
That's where I do all my diagnosis. Feel free to book an appointment. I'm going to need you to stand way over there.
You're about those online appointments, huh?
Yeah, I'm all about those. Hey, your shoulder hurts. So, yeah, it looked like he's being tended to over here on the sideline, but it looks like he has full range of motion. Might be all right. But a 1st down run from Maverick Trusty. And now he's under center here on 1st down. Hands this one off to Arrowwood, and he's through the middle. Breaking 1 tackle, picking up about 7 yards for 2nd down and 3.
37-yard line.
Clock under 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Arrowwood just looking down. He was running downhill on that one. Just almost running parallel to the ground, and it's hard to stop when he has his momentum.
3 wide receivers out for Maverick. He's got his 2 running backs. He's going to throw. Now steps up in the pocket, being chased. He's hit and brought down just a bit past the original line of scrimmage. Just trying to look for something downfield.
Yeah, and just kind of that area like, do I run, do I not run? He was trying to create, so we're putting the ball back to
credit where it's due. They bring the blitz. The running backs do a good job of picking up that blitz, but when Maverick has to step up in the pocket because the coverage is so good down the field, those blocks can only be held for so long, and Maverick trying to make something happen as he rolls out, winds up getting sacked, and then will make it 3rd down and long for the Indians here. Everyone in tight, 1 wide receiver. This handoff goes to the right to Drake Williams, trying to get to the corner, and he does so before getting knocked out of bounds. Picks up about enough to get back to the line of scrimmage beforehand, so it's going to be 4th down and about 2. We just saw this a few plays ago. 3:47 left to go here in the third quarter.
Ball at the 36-yard line there. Another big 4th down conversion, as you said here. Last time we gave the ball to Arrowwood and he found a way. No, it was Trusty that carried up that big.
The fake option. They faked you out. Maverick back in the pistol. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Arrowwood. Now floats this one out to Colt Butler. And Colt had it in his hands and it was knocked away. Pass was there. Just good recovery speed from the Blair Oaks defense, knocking it out of Butler's hands, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that was just, it's hard to watch. It was just almost there.
That's kind of a, and I don't mean this as a slight to Osage in any way, and I don't think it's going to be taken that way, but that's kind of a dichotomy of tonight. Blair Oaks just a half step quicker at every jump tonight so far, it seems like. Now Back's going to keep this one off the option, gets out to the left side, has some speed into the second level, and just enough for a first down. It'll move the chains for the Falcons. And you just kind of see it across the board on both sides of the football. Blair Oaks just has that extra half step, Steve, that speed, that strength, that recovery speed. Every time Osage has an opening, they just get that recovery and have made big plays defensively. Now this handoff goes up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked back. Going to be a loss of 1. Multitude of Indians in on that tackle. Be 2nd down and 11 from just near midfield. Backs empty backfield. Brings Lackman back. Fakes the handoff. Has Dapkus over the middle and gets it to him. Clark trips him up just past the first down marker.
Nice shoestring tackle there by the young man Brady Clark, but the receiver was wide open, crossing midfield here to the 37-yard line of Osage. Gain of 17, 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
Clock running, 2.5 left to go here in the third. 3 wide receivers out left for Backs. Takes the snap, looking to get out to Lackman. No, going to keep it himself now. Gets into that second level before being knocked and brought back. Murphy, Williams, and I believe, I didn't see that last person in on that tackle.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
Under 2 minutes to go now here in the third, 2nd down and 3. Backs, quick throw out to Dapkus, gets a block out on the edge. And then making the tackle, but going down the sideline. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line. A very athletic play from Dapkus. Unable to get in the end zone. Schreiman knocks him out of bounds, saves the touchdown.
Just kind of tiptoeing down the sideline. It looked like he almost snuck it in, but good call by the ref there to get him out at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Falcons.
Lackman back into the running back position. He'll take the handoff up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle, gets near the end zone, brought down near the 2. Clock moving, 1:40 left to go here in the third.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and goal.
Jaden Wilkes with the tackle, empty backfield for Backs. Now Lackman will come back. Takes a snap, hands it off. Lackman up the middle and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Another quick score by the Falcons. Taking advantage of that turnover on downs, and they made quick work of it here with the rushing touchdown. 6 plays, 64 yards. Up 41-6, looking to make that 42-6.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up and good. 1:19 left to go here in the third quarter. Blair Oaks puts another one up on the board, 42-6 the score. We'll come back with a kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Fall is here, and so are the projects. And if your trailer's busted, you can't haul it, can't fix it, or can't even figure out where to start, it's time to call DL Truck and Trailer Outfitters, where problems meet solutions. Whether you need a trailer, rental, parts, repairs, or a brand new rig, DL Truck and Trailer has you covered with the largest parts inventory around with factory train techs. Located just north of Eldon at the Eugene exit. Open Monday through Saturday. This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School, Blair Oaks scores another touchdown to make it 42-6. They're ready to kick this one away. It is kicked deep and bounces into the end zone for a touchback.
Just about perfectly placed there. Strymon hoping the ball was going to go out of bounds. It just went just inside the pylon into the end zone. Going to start the ball at the 20. We were hoping to start that at the 35. Previous drive, it seems like the Falcons have a few too many weapons for the Indians to keep under taps. And that number one weapon, I feel like, is the quarterback backs. Yeah. Anytime he has his hands on the ball, which is every play, he's a threat to run or pass, and he's pretty good at both.
Tyler Backs. Trusty back in the pistol. Looking to get a quick throw out. Does so to Ethan Wall. Wall picks up about 4 or 5 there before, or excuse me, 5 or 6 before being brought down. Steve, I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial, and you feel free to agree with me or not. Given Blair Oaks' schedule the rest of this season, I know that this is a little lopsided on the scoreboard, but this might be the toughest test they have.
Going forward?
Yeah, in conference. Because I think Osage is pretty decent. And I think that just kind of shows you how good this Blair Oaks team is. Pass tip, but Strymon able to come up with it. Unfortunately, he was on the turf when he caught it, so wasn't able to get up and go.
Gain a few here. We're taking the ball up to, it looks like, the 28.
But, yeah, we talk about Blair Oaks being ranked number 1 in Class 2, but Osage came into tonight ranked 5th in Class 3.
And they might take a little drop here, after this game. But, yeah, again, this says, I feel like, more about Blair Oaks than it does about Osage,
I think so, too.
And this year, I don't know if you would agree with this, though the score is pretty similar to last year, it does feel different. It feels like we've answered the call at different times. Maverick Trusty with the carry there, getting to the edge and getting the ball to about the 34. I'm going to say first down, but I don't get to call that.
Yeah, Pacific Pools first down there for the Indians. A questionable block out on the edge, but no flag thrown. Maverick picks up the first down on the bootleg, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. 3 quarters of play in the books here. 42-6 score on the board. We'll take a break, come back with the final quarter of play after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
At Stonebridge Wealth Management of Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, you'll find a team of talented, credentialed professionals ready to guide your unique needs into financial victory. Proud supporters of the School of the Osage community, you can find Stonebridge Wealth Management in the Cliffside Center. Call 573-348-2322 or visit them online. Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services, LLC, and Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC. Members SIPC, separate registered broker-dealers and non-bank affiliates of Wells Fargo and Company. Rock Island Insurance, the pro team for your insurance needs. At Rock Island, they keep you on track with coverage you can afford for home, vehicle, property, casualty, and life. Juke the big hits. And let Rock Island Insurance block the way when it comes to your insurance needs. A proud supporter of our Osage Indians. Look them up online and Facebook. Rock Island Insurance, keeping you on track. Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Start of the fourth quarter, first down for the Indians. Maverick kicks it out to Ethan Wall, who keeps his balance and turns upfield, picking up a couple extra yards before being brought down.
Spotting the ball at the 37-yard line. That was a tough catch. He made it, reaching out to the full extent of his reach and bringing it down and pulling up the field a little bit. Nice job by the young man. Second down, and it looks like 3. trying to get to the 40-yard line for a first down.
Clock is running. 2nd down and 3, as my broadcast partner just said. 3 wide receivers out left for Maverick. He'll take the snap, now rolls out to the right. Schreiman going deep with the hitch and go. Down the field, and he is hit.
There was a flag.
The hit came before the ball got there, and the deep back not making a play on the ball, just making a play on Schreiman. It's going to be pass interference on the defense. And if you watch that play develop, Steve, Schreiman does the out, which we've seen the Indians do multiple times tonight, just get that quick out, and then Schreiman going downfield. He had his defender beat. Safety came over and just decided to take the penalty more so than give up the long play to Schreiman. Of course, at the high school level, it's only a 15-yard penalty for pass interference, whereas at the upper levels, you see it be a spot foul.
Hey, that's not the first time that we've had the opportunity there. We've had the guy open. The Falcons have done a pretty good job usually of kind of closing that gap when we find an open player, but there we go, working in our favor. We are moving the chains here.
A Pacific Pools
all
first
the way,
down.
yeah, across midfield.
Into Blair Oaks territory, moves the chains. 11:24, clock stops on the defensive penalty.
And we're still going for it. There's no laying down here. We're still fighting every bit as much as when we started the game.
Maverick takes a snap, now hands this one off. It's a draw to Arrowwood. Nice stutter step. Crosses the first down marker, finally hit and brought down after a gain of 13. So they clear everything out, and then Blair Oaks just back into like a dime package where they're in a prevent defense almost. A beautiful draw play, and Arrowwood gets enough for another Pacific Pool first down. Now, you talk about how Osage isn't laying down here. Of course, I don't know the math that goes into it. The district seeding winds up going off points for and points against, and they give points based on that. So Osage not certainly going to lay down in any situation like this. Now, Arrowwood getting the pitch out to the edge. Now wants to cut back in, breaks one tackle, but is immediately hit and knocked back after that. Loss of about 1 or 2. And the Indian running backs have had a difficult time at times tonight trying to get out to the edge like that.
Yeah, it just hasn't worked. They, the linemen there are doing a good job of holding the edge, and then the linebackers and quarterbacks are getting to the edge. Yeah, just in pursuit. We're going to see that work against a lot of other teams here in the coming weeks, but Falcons are pretty stingy.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Osage has done the majority of their running damage between the tackles tonight. 4 wide receivers out for Trusty. He's got Arrowwood behind him. Maverick takes the snap, rolls out to the right, looking to throw. Flips it out back behind his man, off Drake Williams' fingertips, just past the first down marker. Could not bring that one in. Throwing a bit over his head. Drake tries to leave his feet to come down with it. And I think it was a combination of wanting to jump, catch it, and make sure he got a foot in bounds. It's just hard to have the mental focus to do all that at once. Winds up going off his hands, out of bounds, sets up 3rd down and long for the Indians.
Yeah, Indians definitely in a position of, we got 2 plays to get this first down. I feel like I don't see us punting at this point of the game.
Maverick takes the snap. Here comes a blitz on the edge, picked up by Arrowwood.
Oh man, what a
And the coverage sack. That's basically what that is, Steve. Just a coverage sack. Maverick looking to go downfield, trying to get rid of it. And then gets taken down in the backfield for a quarterback sack. Sets up 4th down and very long.
Kind of a shoestring tackle. Maverick wanted to step up into the pocket a little bit. It collapsed around him. He tried to bounce out to the outside, and just as he was getting around there, someone gets him by the ankles there, and down he goes. So 4th down and a whole lot. 4th down and 21, the scoreboard says, and that may change what I said earlier about what we're going to try to do here.
And that'll take away 2 down territory real quick. Dapkus back to return. Trusty set to punt it away for the Indians. Kick is away, and it's another great one from Maverick. This time Dapkus wants to return it, but the immediate tackle is made by Dubs. We saw Dubs make the Central Ozark Medical Center healthy hit of the game last week, Steve. That second play of the game where he came up and drilled that wide receiver out on the sideline. And you can find those highlights, the block of the game and the healthy hit of the game, on the KQUL Facebook page. Put together a little highlight package, Steve. Cut you out of it.
I hear you.
Not now. 7:38 left to go here. Back still in, calls his own number, and takes it for about 4 or 5 before being tackled. Clock running down, coming up on 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. (42-6) on the scoreboard. Blair Oaks out in front. Backs moving guys around pre-snap. Sends a man in motion, now hands it off to him. This is Dapkus getting the run out on the edge. Beats his man, cuts downfield, goes into contact right at the 50-yard line. Schreiman makes the hit and brings him down.
Boy, he had all kinds of blockers set up on the edge there. Oh, we got all kinds of blocking apparently too, with yellow on the field.
Yeah, it's a illegal block in the back. I would like to see what a legal block in the back looks like, Steve. Here, you stand still.
I feel like you've been
Tell
guilty
me
of
if
it.
this
I was
feels
going to
legal.
say, yeah.
Tell me if this
I
feels
feel like
legal.
I've been pushing it back by you. All right, we're taking the ball all the way back to the 21-yard line. So from the original line of scrimmage, it's not really much of a change.
No, not really.
But what they had and what they lost, what they gained and what they lost there is pretty significant.
So 2nd down and 5 here. Clock rolls under 6 minutes. That Dapkus run taken away. Now Lackman will take the handoff. Dancing behind the line of scrimmage. Hit and brought down just short of the first down marker.
Spotting the ball right at the 25-yard line. So we're going to be looking at 3rd and a short yard.
Be 3rd down and 1. Clock under 5.5 to go. Man in motion. Backs calls his own number. Past the first down marker, now into the 2nd level. Murphy makes the hit and brings him down.
Reaching the 37-yard line. I tell you, they're so good at running that option there. I kind of tricked me a little bit there. Backs with the keeper right up the gut, and I was kind of watching the tailback coming around the edge.
I saw you watching him. I was like, look at this guy.
What are you watching me for?
Oh, sorry. I just want to make sure you're doing it right. 3 years in now. Lackman will take the handoff. Left side, now cuts back in. Breaks a couple tackles before getting into the 2nd level, and then Murphy makes the hit once again. Eric Murphy.
Right at midfield, the 50-yard line, and Lackman just showed some real patience there, just kind of navigating the maze of players out there and just notching his way right up the field for a gain of 13.
Ball right at the 50-yard line here. Clock continues to run. 4.5 minutes to go in the 4th. Backs, hands it off to Lackman, this time right side. Wilkes coming up and making the play after a gain of 2, though. Wilkes, the leading tackler for School of the Osage, came into tonight with 23 tackles.
No surprise there. We've talked a lot about Wilkes and just got the heart of a fighter for sure. He's right there, and that's, where when you got a guy playing linebacker here, you want him to have some fight in him.
Full-on substitution on the field for the Falcons here as they get new players out there. Still the same, though. Quarterback keeps this one. Murphy makes the hit and brings him down in the backfield. And that is Bo Burr. Oh, I'm going to say that for the next couple years.
Learn some new names, huh?
Say Bo Burr for a couple years now.
Bo Burr.
And Bo Burr.
It's got to be faster, Craig. It's faster.
I'm trying not. I'm doing everything in my power to say that name as slow as possible. A timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and keep it here, though. This timeout brought to you by First Bank of the Lake. Our next broadcast will come to you live next Friday night from Eldon, Missouri, as Osage will go on and take on a conference and district foe in the Eldon Mustangs. Eldon scoring a lot of points against Versailles last week to actually put them at #1 spot in the football Class 3 district, whatever number it is, I don't know.
Well, I wrote it down earlier, if I can read here in the dark. 4, District 4, Class 3, District 4. I'm sure people were clamoring to know that.
What district are we in?
Please tell us. The suspense is killing me.
District 4. Third down and 10. Bo Burr leading the offense for the Falcons. This can't be real. Burr gets it out to the receiver on the edge, and then Osage making the pursuit, coming up with the tackle. That is Skylar Lutens being brought down. Clock running. It's 4th down and 9 for the Falcons, just into Osage territory here.
Okay, and are we going for it or are we going to kick? It looks, they've got that. He's backing up a little bit. I think we're going to be kicking this one, indeed.
Oh, a Bo Burr puts a big boot into it.
And it's getting a good Falcons bounce there down to about the 6-yard line.
That's where Osage will take over to running clock. With the score being the way it is, clock continues to move. 2:43 left to go. Osage will take over. So again, we'll be up in Eldon next Friday night for a district matchup between the Mustangs and the Indians. One of the oldest rivalries in mid-Missouri. Right behind Steve Adams and second graders. And we'll see that play out next week as well.
Yeah, I'm going to work that out this week. I tell you, I'm going to go make some peace with some first graders first.
You got some first graders to seek out, Steve. What'd you say about me?
I'm feeling bullied here.
I believe this is Sperling out there now for the Indians, and it is. And he is going to keep it on the option, trying to get to the outside. He'll pick up maybe a yard there before being brought down. So Osage getting some different players out there on the field as well.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Blaine Sperling stepping on the varsity field here on his own 6-yard line. That's a tall task here. Got a lot of field to work with going the other way, but not a lot behind him.
So Sperling in there. He's got 3 wide receivers out to his right. Of course, we saw Sperling in the jamboree a little bit. Sperling fires it downfield, looking for his man, has him, and that is a catch on the sideline being brought in. Was that Xavier Howe?
Fowler. Xavier Fowler.
And we saw that in the jamboree, that connection as well.
We did, indeed, yes. The 2 young men will have something to brag about going home tonight, and that's a combo in names that we're going to be saying here in the future. Again,
Sperling can say, hey, I completed a long pass against this.
He might have had the longest of the night.
State champion defense. Right. Sperling takes this snap, looking to throw once again. And he's just going to float one out there. I think his arm got hit on that throw, though.
Second down and 10, ball 33. And the clock is running quick. We're down to about 30 seconds left in this one.
Yeah, clock winding down quick whenever it winds up being a little lopsided like this.
Hey, I don't know what you think about the Massey ratings.
What'd they say?
This is what they said.
Did they say 42-6?
They predicted this score.
Holy crap, Mr. Massey.
I don't like it.
I don't either. It's weird. This Massey guy. Get out of our heads. So Osage will not snap the ball again, and that is how this one will come to a close. Final score, 42-6. We'll take a break. Come back with the high-tech post-game show after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
When all that's between you and the highway is a 6-inch patch of rubber, it's critical that you trust the care of your vehicle to someone who knows how important family is. Locally and family-owned, Sunset Tire and Service, with the best facility at the lake, wants to be that trusted partner. Competitive pricing, centrally located across from Lowe's off Business 54, the latest technology, large inventory of tires, plus a knowledgeable sales staff. They're family, treating you like family. Sunset Tire and Service.
At Central Bank, we've brought the home loan process closer to home. All of our lending decisions are made locally, right here in your community. So you get quick answers and loans that are tailored to meet your needs. So whether you're just starting your home buying journey or well on your way, Central Bank can help turn possibilities into realities. Apply online at centralbank.net or at any of our convenient locations. Central Bank. We do banking better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Years ago, I established a name synonymous with honesty. And today, Honest Abe's Home Services carries that torch. Ensuring your home's safety with certified and insured professionals. Was the last handyman tinkering with your cottage certified? If not, my friends, you are gambling with your comfort and safety. Honest Abe's doesn't cut corners. Every technician is certified through Missouri Propane and fully insured. Because peace of mind should be a right, not a privilege.
Honest advice, honest prices, Honest Abe's. Call HonestAbes.com.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you've saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Mills & Sons Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people. At 2701 Bagnell Dam Boulevard. Call us at 365-2002 or visit our website at millsinsurance.com. We're on your side because life happens.
Whoa, Central Ozarks Medical Center, your health, our mission.
COMC has been providing quality health care in Central Missouri since 1979. From primary care, OBGYN, pediatrics, senior health, dental, and behavioral health. Go to centralozarks.org for a location near you. Or call 877-406-2662.
COMC, the healthy place to be.
It's football season, and your team to tackle all your fall boating and winterization needs is Kellysport. Kellysport backs our Camdenton Lakers, Osage Indians, and Mizzou Tigers. Your trusted dealer for Regal, Bennington, Tiara, Grady White, and Ski Nautique. Kellysport handles new and pre-owned inventory, offers financing, storage, insurance, and the best care since 1977. Walk into the end zone with ease when Kellysport leads the way. Look them up online or come in for the best customer service at the lake.
I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. In my book, we're going to be winners. He is gone.
Game analysis, stats, and more. It's the Osage Indians Football Postgame Show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School for the high-tech post-game show. The Indians falling against the Blair Oaks Falcons here tonight for their first loss of the season. Final score of 42-6. Steve, what do you have as far as the drive summary there in the second half?
Yeah, just not a lot going on there, unfortunately. Turnover and downs, an interception, a punt. Ran out of time at the end of the game. You know, we just couldn't score there in that second half. You know, it's a case of not enough, right? A very talented Blair Oaks team. What was it? It was 27-6 at half. They shut us out in the second half. They scored, a few more on their own. It just seems like across the board, they're just a bit better than us and made some big, huge plays, especially through the air. Everything about Tyler Backs there, he was able to make some magic happen for the Falcons tonight. So that'll be the 15th win in a row for them, and also, oddly enough, the 15th loss in a row to Blair Oaks by Osage. So still looking for an opportunity to turn that around.
I didn't know 15 was the number of the night, but
apparently
winds up being so. Osage putting 6 points on the board, and it was kind of like we talked about that sandwich there in the first half where they had the two drives, got the field goals from Brady Clark, and Osage had done a good job of not giving up the big plays until eventually they wound up striking and getting a couple big plays and kind of putting Osage in a hole heading into halftime. Down by 21, Blair Oaks comes out and puts up 15 more points on the board to make it a 42-6 final. Coach Jolly making his way up here right now for the post-game coaches interview. So I'll go ahead and remind you once again that we'll be live in Eldon next Friday night in a conference and district matchup against the Eldon Mustangs, one of the oldest rivalries here in mid-Missouri. We'll have the call for you on 102.7 as well as on MoSportsZone.com and on YouTube through MoSportsZone. We'll have that for you next Friday night. And then we'll be back at Osage the 2 weeks after that. And there's Coach Jolly. See if he can get Steve's headset here as he joins us here for the Rock Island Insurance post-game interview. Coach, tough loss here tonight against the Blair Oaks Falcons. Something that Steve and I said is it felt like Osage had the right play calls at times and had the right strikes. It was just they were just a half step faster than maybe we were anticipating tonight.
I don't think they were even faster than we anticipated. We got a small margin of error, and tonight we're exposed because they executed really well and we didn't. You talked about the execution. That's exactly what it was just a lack of execution on our part.
What can Osage take from this game tonight moving forward in the season?
We have to look at film. I mean, I'm getting ready to go look at it right now. I could tell you 10 things off the top of my head, but I don't know if that's fair to everybody. Sometimes when you go back and look at film, it's different than maybe what you thought you saw. But still, we're different. That's the word I'll use right now. We're different than we have been, and which is a compliment, I think, to us and our kids. But we still have a ways to go, and that's it. We talked about it. I thought we were better. I thought our approach was better. We came in. You can talk about the what ifs, but we had 2 drop passes that were for touchdowns that would have put it at 21-26 or whatever it was at halftime. And you could say a lot of things. I'm just saying we're different because we were closer, but close wasn't good enough tonight. So.
You come in and, Blair Oaks came in with that reputation. They've built a good culture. Osage feels like it's working towards that culture. What steps does this program have to take to get to that level?
Let me make everybody mad tonight. I'm not going to – we got things that we got to improve on. We have to have 100% attendance at practice. We have to have good communication, and stuff like that. We got our kids are working hard. Yeah. There's a lot of things that go into that, Craig. But we didn't tackle very well in the first half, and that was frustrating. But like I said, I don't think what Blair Oaks brought to the table was anything different than we knew what we were going to have. I'm just not sure that we understand that we're pretty fast too, and we're pretty strong too. And instead of taking a back seat, it's like, hey, I'll drive. And that was what I thought we missed. I just didn't think we were very deliberate tonight. And that's what we talked about all week long. But in that, like I said, there's layers to that. And I think there's areas that we got better. Brock Airwood continues to run the ball really hard and keep us in good situations. Maverick using his legs a little bit towards the end. And there were a lot of good things in there. But when you play the perennial state champions, it doesn't look like it. And we talked about it. That's where it's at. So we'll take all the stuff that we got better at and polish it up and talk about that. But then we'll talk about if we want to be a district championship football team and get into the state playoffs and win games, we have to be able to compete, if not beat a team like this. And that's all there is to it. So, we know all about Blair Oaks, and they played really well tonight and did what they needed to do.
All right, Coach, thanks for coming up. I'll go ahead and let you go down and get with the kids. We'll talk to you next week at Eldon.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, that's Coach Jolly joining us here for the Rock Island Insurance post-game coaches interview. And like he said, we'll get set for next week, Steve. And, it's always tough. You play a team this caliber, you come out, and it's tough to get stuff going at times.
I thought he said it well, that sometimes you have improvements that don't show up in a season record, or you have improvements that don't show up on the scoreboard. I will say that it felt different at times tonight than it did a year ago.
Yeah.
We saw a team at times tonight in the Indians that they were able to move the ball against the Falcons defense. At times they weren't, but that opening drive, the first time we touched the ball, we go 6 yards, we're able to get that field goal right. There were other times that we had some possessions, but again, there were so many plays. We could probably list a dozen plays that were just inches away from working in our favor, whether it was trying to get a defensive stop or whether it was catching a pass.
He said 2 drop touchdowns, and then you talk about if Schreiman doesn't get pushed out of bounds on that first drive when he's making his way toward it. But you can't play the what-if game. You go out there and you play, and you knew you were getting in there with a very strong and fast team. And at points tonight, the Indians look competitive, and I think, as the broadcasts go out tonight, whether that be TV or internet, whatever it is, they're going to see the lopsided score and they're going to think it was a lopsided game. And, well, it's probably a bit of our bias showing through. I think there were points tonight where it did not feel like that.
Sure. And I tell you what, you couldn't have had a more challenging and difficult start for these young men in these first. Again, the first 2 just coming down to seconds on the clock to get the win. And dramatic come from behind win last week. A tough night tonight. And, You know, I don't know that it's going to get easier, but I kind of think it might. You know, obviously, I don't know that Coach wants it easy.
No.
But we'll see what things look like in Eldon next week. I'm not sure how they've done tonight, but obviously they're off to a good start. And of course, there's nothing. You know, we don't have time to hang our heads about a loss to Blair Oaks. And I think the perfect remedy for that is, hey, we got Eldon on the calendar next Friday. We're going to pick up the pace, or if there is any pace to be picked up, we're going to be picked it up. We're not going to hang our heads long, and we're going to get after it and prepare for the Mustangs and go to their place and get back on the winning track.
As Steve said, we will be live in Eldon next Friday night as the Indians will head up there to take on the Mustangs. We'll have the call for you right here on 102.7. as well as online at MoSportsZone.com and YouTube at MoSportsZone. Before tonight, Osage falls to Blair Oaks, moves to 2-1 on the season, 42-6 the final score. For Steve Adams and Chris Boom Boom Cannon back in the studio, I am Craig Allen. Thank you for listening. This has been a presentation of Cool 102.7 Sports.
You can't start a fire without a spark.